Hello friends, thank you for joining us. My name is Mark and this is the O2 Drop. This is everybody's favourite made for adults Pokemon VGC podcast, coming from Perth, home of soon-to-be one fewer panellist of this podcast. Dan, you
Hello.
are about to not live in Perth anymore?
Yeah. What, next Monday I'm Gonski, soz fam.
So what time do you fly out on Monday?
I'm not telling you that.
I'm trying to figure out if we can get you to record before you fly out.
I don't want a bomb threat.
I would never, but if you're planning on listening to this on the flight over, I have a bomb.
Good bit.
Thank you. Yeah, very funny. No, because next Monday's a public holiday, so you can come record with us before you fly out.
I've already tipped off Crime Stoppers that you're a terrorism suspect.
True.
So you're probably not going anywhere.
No, but like you gave the description, but it was slightly, and they're going to arrest Drew Bliss by accident instead.
No, not Drew. Not the alpha gay.
I'm also joined by Chris, who, unlike Dan, is sticking around in Perth.
You can't get rid of me that easily. And thank you for cooking me dinner, Mark.
You're so welcome, and I would never want to get rid of you, Chris.
Oh.
Trying to find new panelists is a pain in the ass. I'm also joined by a very special guest this evening. Some of you may know him as Mastodon. Some of you may know him as Paul Amedee. But ladies and gentlemen, it's Mastodon, Paul Amedee.
Hello.
Welcome, Paul. Thank you so much for joining us.
I just want to also point out that, thank you. I just wanted to quickly weigh in on that discussion real quick. I've informed security down in Brisbane as well. Dan might be getting sent back on Monday. Can't really disclose more than that, but
in one piece,
yeah,
or
they filled it.
As long as he can still talk on the podcast, I don't mind if he's missing limbs.
Come back as RoboCop.
All right, shoulders up, you'll be fine. How about that?
Whoa.
Has anyone watched The Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
No.
It's like an anthology of Western short stories, and one of them, Liam Neeson plays like this traveling entertainer, and he drives the carriage around, and the performance is this guy who has no arms and legs, who like recites Shakespeare and other poems, and he'll like wheel him out and put him on a stool, and the guy like will just, speak beautifully. That's basically with you. We'll just wheel you out on your trolley and stick you in front of a microphone.
Be a nugget. I can't play VGC with their arms.
you can get one of those like special seats, like a Wolf Glick seat at EUIC, where
just smashing my forehead into the controller.
Yeah.
You have one of those that people who don't have function of their arms or legs they can use to communicate. They've got like that they blow into. You're just doing that to select your moves.
I've seen the South Park episode. I'm not falling for it.
What are your blowing skills like, Dan?
Just close your eyes and suck it through a hose, right?
God damn.
Speaking of how we all know Masto, I know him as Australia's best regionals caster. That's how I know him as.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, actually, and which is why I think he'll back me up when I tell you, go fuck yourself, Chris.
I want to hear Dan's voice first before I weigh in.
I like them all equally.
Oh. Okay, host, ask your puff piece questions.
I was waiting for Masto to weigh in.
Fuck you, Mark.
I guess not. I mean, I think we can all rag on Harry, right?
Well, he's a former disgraced caster, yeah.
Disgraced caster, disgraced player.
True. What was his G's?
Good bloke.
He's a great bloke.
Yeah, we love him.
I think I found him in every single Twitch chat over the weekend. We were all just like in a GC stream, and each time I pop into a new one, I was like, there he is again. I was like, stop following me.
I don't know why, but Harry tweeted on the weekend like, we're never getting OCRC back. I'm like, Harry, why would you put that out there into the universe? Like, why would you go all Brent Tonneson and like ruin us on Twitter like that?
No, I'll tell you why. It's because for years and years we've been talking about we're going to get it back. Here's what we've got to do to get it back. We've got to get it back. We've got to get it back, and nothing. So now I think he's kind of trying to reverse psychology of the universe.
It's an interesting approach, but I mean, I'm worried.
I get the feeling it'll work about as well as everything else, which is to say not at all.
Well, we got Reg F in the poll, so, maybe they do listen. We don't know.
It's true.
They might shadow drop O-Kick on Pokemon Day.
Oh, yeah. You're not getting champions this year, but you are getting OCIC in
I
Perth.
would still love that.
I'll take that. Yeah,
I'll take that.
I would as well. That sounds good.
lovely. Anyway, we're spending a lot of time crapping on, just kind of discussing things and ignoring the guest in the room.
The elephant in the room.
He's not in the room.
Well, I wasn't going to say that because that sounds rude if I'm talking about a person.
Address me.
Who are you? Your mum? Like,
Wow.
for those who aren't in the know about podcast law, I'm not calling Chris's mum fat. She calls him fat.
Yeah.
She does. She comes up to me and fat shames me in public spaces, and quite audibly.
Truth hurts, doesn't it, Chris?
Yeah.
God damn.
I feel it, man. Don't worry.
But yes, as is customary on the O2 drop, we have a few questions for our guest to start the evening off. So, Paul, first question, how exactly did you get into Pokemon?
It would have been back like when the first games came out, like Red, Blue, and then Stadium 1 and 2. Me and my two brothers played it, and my dad did as well. Dad would help us through stuff like Rock Tunnel. Because none of us knew how to get Flash, because who gave a fuck about Flash? It didn't deal damage, so no one cared. And
Just never get the
kind
card.
of grew
Darkness, yeah. I was exactly the same.
and the love for the game, the love for the game kind of grew from there. Really, both brothers did fall off a little bit, and then came back once they found out what Pokemon Showdown was. And so all of a sudden, some work days became a little bit less productive, but that happens to the best of us. And yeah, basically we started attending tournaments and stuff. So it's basically just been a thing since almost 30 years, I reckon, fellas.
God damn. Well, that's, almost as long as Pokemon's been a thing, right? Like, isn't this the 30th anniversary?
30th anniversary, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is Master old like me? It must. I still remember like my very first. I swear I got it in 1996.
He's old. He's not. No one's old like you.
Wow.
Fuck, I feel bad. We usually take shots at Chris, but we're 5 minutes in, and we've already called him old and fat. He's got some gay slurs. We can round this off nicely.
Yeah, I was going to say we're just missing the trifecta. We'll see if we hit that in the next 5 minutes.
Sure, it's only a matter of time.
We'll see. So, considering that you've been involved in the Pokemon franchise for almost as long, or basically as long as it's been around, do you have any thoughts or expectations about the upcoming Pokemon Day, which at the time of recording is a week away, but as this episode drops, it'll be the next day?
Unfortunately, because I've seen enough of these, any expectations will be shattered, so I just don't have them anymore.
That's honestly such a realistic expectation.
They're going to there's a new update for Pokemon Sleep.
Yeah, who's keen for Pokemon Smile
end.
too?
Yay. I just roll with the punches. Stuff I like, I'll be happy about. Stuff that I don't like, well, Twitter's going to hear about it, so you can find out.
Awesome. Yeah. So that was, I guess, your Pokemon journey. How did you get into competitive Pokemon though? You did mention discovering Showdown. Was that kind of, I guess, the pipeline into competitive VGC?
The gateway drug.
Yeah.
It was for them. Back in when Gen 4 first came out, they had like the online stuff with like Smogon and like the battle forms and whatnot. I did those back in the day, the 6v6. I was a disgusting singles player before making the jump in 2014. Yeah, I know.
We'll all have to start somewhere and see the light eventually. It's fine.
Filthy hazard setter.
I started with singles as well, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I did.
Rox's life. Rox's life, fight me.
It's not exactly hyper offense, but it's probably the best equivalent in singles is just setup sweeping. You just bring your Pokemon in at the right time, click nasty plot while your opponent's fumbling with a switch out, and then start blasting the cunt.
Yeah, it was just like set up like Volcarona back in like Gen 5.
Yeah. Hydreigon got nasty plot in Gen 8, which was not at all relevant in VGC, but is relevant in singles.
Very relevant.
But yeah,
I do miss playing singles.
So here, I get my fix every now and again by just jumping in and doing some Ranbats on Showdown. And to be honest, that does me. Like I get to do, some setting up, some hazards, some of that fun stuff that you get to do from singles without having to actually play OU.
Yeah.
But
it's probably the healthiest way to do it.
Yeah, honestly. Singles definitely has its charms. Like, I know what you mean about missing it. There's certainly just some stuff that they're very, very different games, is what I'd say.
100%.
If Floodamain's not legal, I'm a happy lad. Just hate that thing with a passion.
I'm sure, like, as much shit as I've talked about Smogon, I'm sure they actually know what they're doing over there. But the ban lists sometimes just like completely confound me. Like, I'll see
most of the time it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I don't doubt that, like, very specifically there's a reason that in singles something is overpowered as fuck, but you just have a look and be like, oh, cool, Cramorant is on the ban list for some reason. Like, and it was like, what is that doing there? And then you suddenly get like a 6-paragraph response from a singles player.
We're literally making like one point, and that point they like contradict like 4 times in said paragraph. So.
Somehow I go away from the encounter understanding less about why it's been banned.
God, I feel like even from different parts of the community, like people wanting to like explain themselves just stays the same across like all brands, honestly.
That's so true. And the other thing I feel is like sometimes when they explain the bans, it's like, oh yeah, man, we had to ban Cramorant because Rampardos is so strong. I was like, what the fuck are you on about?
It's not a real format.
Yeah, that's such bad justification.
I don't like the resource management in it. Like when we talked to Sierra, I was just like, yeah, you have to think like 50 turns in advance. I'm like, bro, what? I don't want to play like a 200 turn match. Fuck
Dude,
that.
Fucking, if you think at 50 turns in advance, you play fucking stall. That'll put you to sleep.
Yeah. Honestly.
That's so boring.
See, I play hyper offense. I don't even have to think one turn in advance.
Yeah, your motif is, am I getting rocks up? Yes. Am I getting spikes up? Yes. Do I have sweepers in the back? Yes. Do they have switch-ins? No, I win.
Hell yeah.
That's all. The game is simple.
Actually, looking, you've been playing a while. You played in the 2015 National Championship in Australia.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Blocked out from your memory.
He says with tones of regret.
Yeah, no, actually,
I say that because there was a Perth player, Lionel, that used to play, Lionel Price.
Oh yeah. I'm good friends with Lionel.
They had a fight for third, and he came third. Yeah, we paired when we were X1, and we both knew each other, so we were just talking shit. His team was good into everything except one matchup or like one archetype, and it was the archetype I brought. So as soon as I told him I brought like Rain Perish, it went from friendly banter to all of a sudden he fucking wants me to die. It was a phenomenal 180 switch, and I shat the bed in the last couple of rounds and almost cost him top 16 going into the second day of that tournament.
God.
Hopefully he's doing well though.
Yeah, I mean, I was literally chatting to him earlier today, and because he hasn't played VGC since like 2016, I was showing him usage from Reg F and how Lando I has 10 times as much usage as Lando T. And I was saying to Dan, it's basically the equivalent of feeding a medieval peasant a Dorito.
That's a very good way to sum it up.
He's Lionel is still, shout out to Lionel if he ever listens to this. He still is in the VGC group chat. He's still like randomly comments from time to time.
Every now and then.
He ghosts for like 11 months of the year, and then just one time a year will drop some of the most insane lore, make a ridiculous joke, and then bounce for another 11 months.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah. Every group chat needs that lurker who just like is never around and then drops a banger.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
I didn't even know half the people in this group chat. Like I tagged Thomas yesterday because he brought the letter Q to our mono letter tournament. Oh, yeah. He's like, I'm not even in Perth anymore. I was like, bruh, I needed you to bring 6 quillfish back.
That was insane. So Paul, do you have a favorite Pokemon, just generally speaking?
I do. It's Togepi.
Nice.
Togepi, nice.
You've got a Togepi suit. I've seen you wear it.
I do. I've got the Crocs now as well.
I was going to say, I remember the Togepi Crocs from casting. So for people who watch us cast, like watch the coverage of the regionals here in Australia, we don't wear pants. So like what you see above the desk, like,
same when we're doing podcasts, we don't wear pants.
Yeah. I mean, we're completely naked right now, but like, for us, it's like suit, tie, pin, everything, and then just underwear and then Crocs.
Nice.
So yeah, if you're ever like watching the streams, like I wonder what they look like underneath the desk. That's what we look like.
Togepi. Why Togepi? Is it from the anime?
It's actually not. So a little bit more backstory. So when I'm fed up with VGC or a current VGC regulation, I look to play draft leagues. And one of the draft leagues I like playing is like essentially Little Cup VGC draft leagues.
That's hate.
And yeah, so I had a big fondness for Togepi from those, and it's kind of just like stuck. And because Togepi merch is everywhere, it's just something good to just always have.
Fair, yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm surprised I don't see more Hydreigon merch around the place because it feels like a really popular pick, but I think just all the edgelords buy it out as soon as it's made available.
I was gonna say, it must suck if your favorite Pokemon's not marketable. It's like, oh no.
Yeah.
You mean there's no Bruxish Crocs?
Bro's favorite Pokemon is Nosepass or something.
I like Nosepass.
Nosepass is sick, but like they're not marketing it. All right, Paul, and do you have a favorite Pokemon to use competitively?
I don't think Togepi counts for competitively.
Yeah, give us another example.
Yeah, for a more realistic example, I guess if I were to pick one, so there's two sides I could go on here. So I could say Dondozo because I genuinely think sometimes just rocking up hungover with Dondozo and just bullying people who don't prepare for it is really fun.
Chris has stories about that.
It is very fun. I've done that many times.
I just remember when Chris rocks up to a cup looking like death heated up, like looked like complete shit. I was like, how are you going, Chris? He's like, I woke up in a puddle of red wine vomit.
Literally.
And it on my bathroom floor. And then he wins a cup with like Glamora Dondozo.
That's my goat. I guess one that's probably like a little bit more accurate to something that I've used and like genuinely did enjoy using. It's not great now in current like regulation, but back in like regulation A, Meowscarada.
Oh shit!
I really liked using Meowscarada.
That was fun. Yeah.
Well, were you a Focus Sash Overgrow person?
I generally mixed it up between like depending on the team I was running. So I would run like Sash Overgrow. I'd run like Banded Protean. Yes. On the rare occasion, Scarf.
Ooh.
Because like
Scarf is interesting.
Because fuck Dragapult sometimes.
Yeah, in Reg A, that'd be outspeeding everything.
Yeah, so you got to jump on a lot of the metagame.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm a big fan of Banded Meowscarada. I brought it back for a little bit in Reg H, actually. Feels good.
Its move pool is insane. It learns Trick Room. Like, what the fuck?
It is nuts. It learns so many moves.
It's a magician.
Like, DLC added like more to it. Like, I found out recently that the Mon learned Triple Axle.
Oh, yeah, dude. Choice Band Protean Triple Axle was just an absolute menace in Reg H.
Yeah. It's killer. Just it's all the moves. And it was one of the few things back in like Regulation A before big move diversity was given with like DLC TMs was knockoff. There was very few knockoff in those other formats, and knockoff is such a good move.
Yeah, I remember because when
Meowscarada was so good.
When Tyranitar got it back, all the OU people were freaking out because all the memes came, and that's how I keep up with singles is the Smogon memes for the laddering.
Is the way that you keep up with Smogon kind of like based on Tyranitar memes, the same way that people are able to track like military activity in the US based on how busy the pizza shops around the Pentagon are?
Probably.
Serious question though. Like, there you go.
Like sometimes. I think most of the way how I keep up with it is I've got some mates that still play it and enjoy watching it. So when Smogon Premier League is on, generally we pipe up to see what's kind of relevant, what's on the rise, what's like fallen off since last time we'd seen it. So
I definitely keep up with the memes.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just like the memes and stuff. Yeah.
I kind of, now that you've mentioned
the memes are always good.
I don't think I've ever watched like competitive Smogon, like, proper competitive play. I wonder how like engaging that is to watch, because I feel like personally, I can't see myself being overly invested in a singles game. Is it like much different to VGC in terms of like how engaging and interesting it is to watch?
Turns are much slower, but when like big reads are made, they are fucking hype.
Okay, yeah, no, now that you've said that, yeah, that's pretty sick. So, Chris, you had a serious question?
No, well, I say a serious question, but you said that people freaked out when T-Tar got knockoff back. But I thought it's been a long time since I played Smogon singles. We're talking like at least a decade.
Yeah.
I thought that if it had access to it in any previous game, like it still got it. Like they don't have like a Dexit move set.
Nah, that's specifically Nat Dex, I'm pretty sure.
So OU, if it doesn't learn it in the current generation game, you can't use the move. Because like remember that back in the day when you had to try and get event Chanseys with soft boiled and shit like that, like and you know what I mean? Like did they?
Well, Chansey's like the only Pokemon that learns at level up. So you picked like the worst example.
Sorry,
you mean Clefable?
I meant you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to my knowledge, no. I think OU is just basically what it currently has, much like VGC. But I could be wrong, Paul. I don't know if you have any insight on that.
Yeah, they're similar but different, I suppose, in terms of like something to watch. Like you could probably watch a singles game and have it be like the most boring experience ever. Or you could watch like a turn one where you've got a Meowscarada staring down a Ting Lu, they swap into Goldango and they knock off and you just knock out the Goldango. Like
hell yeah.
Stuff like that's like really fucking sick.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome.
I'm surprised Ting Lu's even allowed in Smoggin. That's the sort of shit they ban, isn't it?
No, he set spikes. He's a good boy. Leave him alone.
That still reminds me of the Maltese tournament I went to one time when friend of the show, Peter Vowles, ended up getting paired up with me, and I was running just the stupidest hyper offense 6, which was it was the 3 worst paradox Pokemon from each game. So I think it was like Sandy Sharks, Slitherwing, Iron Thorns, Iron Treads, I think. And he was running as my Maltese partner, like the most ridiculous stall, slow. It was like bulky Leech Seed Wochien. It was Stealth Rocks, Spikes, Whirlwind, Ting Lu.
Hell yeah.
That's my guy.
Which was hilarious. And we only lost to the best player in Perth, who was playing with Kieran Singh, which is Christopher Marr.
Thank you. I was wondering where that was going. Yeah, that was good times. Team no skill issue.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. So we've been putting it off for the past couple of weeks because we keep having guests on, but now we've got a guest who, I think the first guest we had on was the winner of Sydney, but you two haven't had a chance to talk about your Sydney runs. I haven't really had a chance to talk about casting. But now we've got someone else who was also casting at Sydney. So I think that gives us a bit of time to have a chat
Sydney
about
recap 2.
Yeah, the second Sydney recap. We've had a glance at the day in the life of a winner, and now we get to come and look at the day of the everyman.
I was actually going into this interview, I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, Masto, he's a shit player. But like, but looking at his competitive history, he's got like a couple of top 16s, he's got a top 8 in Perth in 2022. You were running Swordfish with the Blowjob Bros, aka the Pivot Pals, as apparently we're supposed to call them now.
Yeah. That team does not count for like any sort of resemblance. I just clicked the big button on Kyogre and just knocked things out. And people
yeah.
No, if you get
the freest event of my life.
If you get a top 8 finish anywhere, you got to claim that shit for the rest of your career. So yeah, not as bad as I thought. Decent player. We're honoured to have you on the podcast, Masto.
Chris, I'm so glad that's how you approach us having guests. And it's like, oh, I've got another guest. I bet he fucking sucks.
Look, I like to set my standards low, just like the Pokemon Presents this week. If I set my bar really low, then I won't be disappointed.
If you like to set your standards low, why are you punching so high with your boyfriend?
Oh, I don't understand why everyone thinks I'm punching.
Because your boyfriend is gorgeous.
Do we all think that maybe he's punching?
Nope.
No.
Paul, who hasn't met him.
I'm going to abstain.
Whatever.
You're fleeing the state. True. You can say whatever
Andrew's
you want to him.
the goat.
I'm frequently referred to as the ugliest person in my family. But apparently that's quite high standards in my family.
That's the trifecta.
I don't know. I'll give you my tier list at some point, but I don't think you're at the bottom.
We should rank the Ma family on attractiveness.
You do have a very hot family. But I will say you are the ugliest one in your relationship.
This is hard. And as Masso pointed out, we've now gone old, fat, and now ugly. We didn't even need to go like a homophobic route. We didn't even need to go there.
Oh, shit.
Hey, night's still young. We'll see. So, yeah, Chris, give us your run.
All right.
What did you run, Chris?
My team was called Aquarium. It was...
Emphasis on the queer.
I think Master will like this. It was Flutterfish, Dondoza Tatsugiri, Raging Bolt, and Wheezing. Thank you, Dan.
What 5 of those ones?
Which is the one you don't like?
Bolt.
Raging Bolt.
Yeah, that's fair.
I hate that thing as well.
It was kind of a suggestion to bring the Raging Bolt because it does... The Electro Web spam kind of is an answer to a lot of like the Torn Urshifu kind of leads. But it also at the same time set me up with a really bad weakness to Lando Eye. Yeah,
that was my initial, like, when hearing, I'm just like, if you don't have Dondozo, Lando Eye is pretty nasty for the squad.
Yeah.
I'm guessing if they'll need to play around Icy Wind on Flutter if you have that. I'm assuming you probably do.
It is actually specs with Power Gem. It is no Icy Wind originally, but
it's specs. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's all right.
yeah, like the team was. I didn't invent this like six. Like Alistair sent it to me. A team that did well at a regional. I think it got like second place. I can't remember the name of the player that got it. I apologize if you're listening, but I kind of tweaked some of the sets and the EVs and items. I'm a very firm believer of Terra Grass Dondozo with Covert Cloak and Oblivious. And I know that Joe UX9 is a big fan as well. So I ran that and had Terra flying on the Wheezing for the Lando, and it's also really good against Ursaluna as well. The issue I found was just that like the team is very, but you have to make a lot of like 50-50 reads. There's so many things that are your answer to something is like you have to hit an overheat, or you have to hit a ruination, or you have to hit a heat wave. There was a lot of lines, and Chiyu missed attacks all day long. The Electro Web was missing. I think when I go really quickly through my playthrough, like Strange Steam missed 3 times in a row. It's meant to be 95% accurate. I don't even know how that's physically possible. So like, yeah, it's just like my team was just like, you got to go really, really, it's hyper offense. I know Wheezing is not hyper offense. You're just setting up poison spikes and toxic spikes and poison gas, but you still have to like know when it's safe to do that or click protect. Like it's still a pretty hyper offensive team overall. You just kind of clear the way for Dondozo or Fluttermane in the back to like sweep. But if you make the read wrong, or they get a critical hit on Dondozo, or they lead Lando Eye, and you can't Terra both Raging Bolt and Wheezing at the same time. Yeah, and just like speed control issues all day. And like, you have to like try and deal with Thunderwave Fluttermane, so because if they get Fluttermane Thunderwave on Dondozo, like that just like sets you up for fail. It was just a really stressful team to run. I thought it'd be just like click buttons, but yeah, it wasn't.
Sometimes just clicking buttons is the most stressful thing we can do in this game. See me, who plays Chiyu.
Yeah, I'm blacklisting Chiyu after this event. So I'm going to go through my 8 rounds because I did not make day 2. Spoiler. Yuxiang Peng was my round 1 opponent. He would finish top 4. Very talented Chinese player, I believe. He told me I got there. This is my first event speech. Apparently, he's been playing for years. But he ran like an Ursaluna, Frigoraph, Fluttermane, Torn, Okamon Half Flame Incineroar. But like he gave me the whole like I'm not a very good player like vibe. Wiped the floor with him game 1 and proceeded to just destroy me game 2 and 3 with like the best reads I've ever seen. So he was a good player. Obviously, he went top 4. Round 2, I got Alan Tai. He was a hard Trick Room player, and I felt so good beating this matchup. I was like, fuck yeah, beating hard Trick Room. Like, I probably won't have to worry about that again the rest of the day. Like, that's my shit matchup. Like, and that felt really good. So I beat that. James Katsaros. Kat's notoriously talented Australian player. He too owed me, and he's a little bit of a shit talker, but he's also a fan of the podcast and was very encouraging, and now actually was giving me a bit of coaching advice while wiping the floor with me. So that was a very lopsided defeat. But you know what? Like, if you're going to get destroyed by somebody, like, you know, he's a good player. He's definitely better than
at least get something out of it. Like, you get free coaching. So
yeah. So after round 3, I'm 1-2 and on the bubble, and then I get paired up against Nicola Gucci. I'm not going to say this right. It's like Daniel. What's his name?
Daniel Zitko.
Danny Zitko's like wife, and she had like all her kids there playing like the juniors and stuff like that. And she was just there to have a good time, and brought a Switch and kept timing out every turn, and like, you know, was apologetic. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Blah blah blah. I won game 1, and then I don't know. The universe is like, nah, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. She was so lovely, but like, it's so frustrating that I lost to the most bullshit RNG. Like, I hate being that one of the person that like blames missed attacks, but even she had to admit that like the games 2 and 3, like just, it was like if an attack could miss, or if it could crit, or if it could flinch. Like, there was a scenario.
I think all attacks can crit, unless I'm not mistaken.
True.
He's got fucking shell armor on something.
Yeah. There wasn't a scenario where all I had to do was kill this like this AV Rillaboom, and I had like she had Chen Pao, the Dondozo had gone down. I went to Dragon Pulse the Rillaboom to 2K hit KO it. Chen Pao got the Icicle Crash off, hit the Icicle Crash, got the flinch, which was the turn I needed to like get some damage on Rillaboom. So then I was like, okay, I can still recover from this. I've got Chi-Yu in the back. Chi-Yu comes out, just go for the overheat into the Rillaboom, one hit KO it, done, right? Overheat misses. Then the Rillaboom dodges the overheat, then he comes back with high horsepower, which I was EV to live for. I think I was even Terra Ghost maybe at this point. I don't think, but anyway, the high horsepower crit killed my Chi-Yu. And then it was just snowball and snowball and snowball. And I was like, this is like the mathematical chances of this happening would be like 1 in 10,000 or something crazy.
Crazy.
And I was like, it was bad enough losing lane going 1-3 and then bobbling out of getting day 2 chance, but to do it in such fashion, if that'd been, it wouldn't have been, if I'd switched it around, right? So I'd lost to Nicola round 3 and then round 4 got Cats and just got destroyed. I think that would have been better, but to have that automatic guaranteed win con, it literally had Tatsugiri and Chi-Yu 2v1 against AV Rillaboom and then the overheat missed. It was guaranteed game.
I remember you coming over I just lost to someone's mum.
Yeah. Well, she was someone's mum. I didn't know who she was at that point. I kind of figured out who she was later.
To be fair, she probably went back to her family and was like, how'd you go? I was like, I feel a bit bad. I'll just be someone's granddad.
Wow. Look, props to her. I'm glad that I gave her a hard-earned victory over. It was best of 3. We played the 3 games. It was some crazy RNG, but I mean, I was just outclassed. I swear, so many times she'd I don't even know what I clicked. I timed out, and then it was the ultimate you could not have done the turn better. It's what is going on? Round 5, Valerie May. I beat Roaring Moon Balance. That was satisfying. This was my only Bolt Balance matchup the whole day. So it was Raging Bolt and Roaring Moon on the same team, but this team was designed to farm Bolt Balance, and the only one I got all day, and I won. But I was like, this is what it was meant to do. Where were all my other Bolt Balance matchups? Round 6, Tasman Permezel. It's going back so many weeks now, I better remember. But shout out for bringing a Latios, which I think is pretty cool.
Hell yeah, based.
Wait, red is Latias, isn't it?
It's
Sorry,
Latias.
Latias. It's the bulky
Cringe.
one. It's not the hyper offense one, Mark. Sorry to get you excited.
I'm a bigger fan of Latias, so I'm happy hearing this news.
Yeah, Latias with Cornerstone, Ogopon. It was just, it was cool.
You're more of a Lati boob fan.
I'm a Latty feet kind of guy.
Wow. So then, and then round 7, Damien Cullen. He was running the Justin Tang 6 with the, the Life Orb Regidrago and the Specs Goldengo and the other 4.
The other 4.
Rillaboom, Tornadus, Urshifu,
and Co.
Flame. Yeah. And then last round.
Usual suspects.
Yeah, last round, Justin DeSolom, he was running Rain. And usually I'm like, okay, cool. I've got Wheezing. I don't let Rain go up. He loses. And that's in testing, that's what happens. He also had Lando, though, obviously, in a Rain team. And that's a problem. I have to keep, when you've got Pelipper, Urshifu, Fluttermane with, I really want to get Electro Webs in play so I can start slowing things down and chipping things for Dondozo.
Yeah.
But it's really hard when they've got Lando and I can't Terra, Wheezing and Lando. And it's just a very Lando weak team in general. And then I think my note for this game was Wheezing missed 3 strange steams in a row. It was game 3 of round 8. All I had to do was hit a strange steam with Wheezing and it missed 3 in a row. So fuck my life, I guess. That was my amazing. I hope you're happy you waited weeks to hear my amazing Sydney run. I think just the issue is in Reg F. You need speed control. You need I don't know. I just didn't enjoy this event. Mentally, even when I was 1-2 going into round 4 against Nicola, someone's mum. I was in a really good headspace. I'm I'm fine. I know I felt like I knew my lines. I'd been losing to some unlucky misses. I was like, this is fine. I'm
actually, you lost to a lucky misses.
Wait,
hang on. There's a soundbite for that.
Soundbite.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like mentally I've never been more better. I went into this event with literally days and days and days of best of 3 practice.
A team that you had for more than 48 hours.
Exactly. I was prepared. I knew what to do and it just did not work. I made the wrong 50-50 reads. I got crit all day. I missed attacks all day, and it wasn't fun. And yeah, Reg F can fuck off.
We've got it for what, 1 more month?
Till April 1st, yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't actually know what we're doing April 1st. So we're all looking for this Friday night Pokemon Day announcement to figure out.
We're going to just start dusting off your Reg I teams. Yeah.
I'm predicting Reg I. I think I'm a pessimist though.
So last time Reg I rolled around, I didn't really, there were a bunch of teams I didn't use, but now that I'm a connoisseur of the balance team, as everyone knows me as a converted man, maybe I'll use some Cali S balance and Reg I part 2.
You were a balance player for about a week.
HO1 Worlds, you're like, yes, gonna go play balance. Who the fuck are you?
And this is why you can't leave, Dan. I need you to help me mark reform back to hyper offense.
Fair.
Well, to be fair, it's what I've been running for a while. I ran it in the GC over the weekend.
We'll talk about GC after we get through Dan's better than my run.
Yippee. All right, my run. I was running Mevi Room, the 6 that Kieran Singh, friend of the show, got second with on the GC, the one that before just came. So that was like Lando, Farigiraf, Torn, Banded Ursh, Iron Hands, and Basket Legion. I made some changes for it for BO3 OTS, mainly just having a look at Darth Aaron's stuff and just editing it what I thought was better, specifically like a calm Farigiraf, because I feel like you need to live a lot of special attackers. My run started with my first opponent not rocking up. I guess the Sydney traffic beat Oscar, so shout out to Oscar. Apparently he did rock up later on in the day after that, decided to go 1-7, so stuck it out for the entire day. So shout outs to Oscar for that. I didn't even know what they were running until like afterwards, and I can look on the standings and stuff, so it looked like a Bolt, Urshi, Torn, Incinemoon, and Flutter. Round 2, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm like sick. My first one was a freebie, not really warmed up, but whatever. And I parented Kieran Singh, who was the creator of a fucking team I was running. So I was like, great. I think my current record at the time against Kieran was 0-7 at locals, so I was feeling pretty confident, as you'd think. And then got the call from the judge Joel that it would be a stream match. So I was like, all right, here we go. Unfortunately, that did not happen, or fortunately, I don't know, because Kieran washed me. I remember game 1, he led Indeedee and Wellspring. I led Torn and Lando. I hit Bleakwin on both. I dropped the speed on Wellspring, and he sets up Trick Room. I'm like, well, guess I lose. So, and game 2, he just washed me anyway. Round 3, I was
so that match was supposed to be on stream.
It was, yeah.
I don't know have we dropped that on the podcast already?
I don't know
if we've mentioned it. So
it was meant to be. Yes, we tweeted about it.
Some technical difficulties for the stream, I believe. So Master and I, we were suited up. We were ready. We had our ties on, our shirts on, our pants off, and
Crocs on.
We were sitting there waiting for the go ahead, and there were technical issues at the venue. So you guys were sat in the stream chairs on the stream docks playing and just not broadcasting it anywhere.
No.
Which is sad because I really wanted to see you get absolutely washed. I mean, to see 2 of the best players in Perth duke it out.
Yeah, I'll blame that for my loss. I couldn't hear Cassiopeia through the music. I couldn't even select it because the account wasn't up to that part in the game. So I'll use that as my excuse.
I'll pay it.
That's good feedback. We'll fix that for next time. That was like the end of the game though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty far. Round 3, I was up against the GOAT, Tiger Tom, or Thomas Dervin, coming off his run at Auckland. He was running Paraflinch, fucking that shit. It was a Flutter main, Hisui Narcanine, Galarian Moltres, and this Thunder Wave was on Grimmsnarl. I had like game locked game 2 after winning game 1, and I got full parried. And he just proceeded to yellow magic me throughout the entire set, and I just got full parried way too many times and could not recover. So I lost that. So I'm sitting at 1 and 2. It's like, all right, well, lock in or fucking fly home, I guess. Round 4 versus Archie, who was running a P2 Ursa team. I beat them, I think, pretty comfortably. Their final record was 1-7. Round 5 was against Sam Douglas, was running a Gastrodon Garganical team, which I thought was pretty cool. Unfortunately, it didn't have an answer to Helping Hand, Wicked Blow, Choice Band, Urshifu, which cleaned the team. Round 6 was against Michael Foster, and they were running the Glamora Casino Hyper Offense team. And I have a really good matchup into this if I don't get flinched or crit, and I did not. So Iron Hands and Frigorif just carried that entire game. the entire set, sorry. So that was, 2-0. Round 7, I actually versed Daniel Zitko. So I was like, all right, time to get revenge for Chris.
Thank you.
And I did. I won. I haven't played Zitko before, but he's very chatty. He even asked, he's like, does a Sacred Sword ignore defense drops from CC? And I'm like, yeah, it does. He's like, oh, thanks for telling me. So we didn't click that. I was like, it's all right, man. But yeah, that came down to game 3. So it was, very competitive. And then round 8 was against Luke Zachariah, who was actually a mate of Harry's and was also running the Glamora casino team. So again, I beat it pretty easily. And afterwards, I was like, I'm sorry, like this matchup is very favored for me. He's like, just sat there staring. He's like, yeah, I don't know what I was meant to do. I'm like, yeah, you just need to pray for a flinch. He's like, So after starting 1-2, pulled it back into 6-2. Had the worst resistance of all of the day tours. I came 40th. And then day 2, I didn't win a single game and remained 40th. So didn't crack top 32. But a quick run through of the day 2. I versed Chloe Bork round 1. She's a very good player. I had some very unfortunate RNG in our game 3. I think it was I missed a Sandseer on her Entei. I didn't get my double protect. I then proceeded to miss 2 single target bleak wins on her Entei in the late game, in the end game as well. And I was Terra Ghost, so I couldn't get extreme sped. So it was what it was. The next round was against Timothy Nurse. Again, we went to game 3, local Perth. Shout out to Tim. We played before, especially this matchup, and he just got the better of me in game 3. At least, a Perth player got another win, and he finished 7-4. So I think he got into top 32 from that. And then my last round opponent was Cheng Liu, who was running the Charlotte Bearcats team. So this was like the Blood Moon, Wellspring, Urshi Dark. And at this point, it didn't even matter if I won. I would have still had like the worst resistance. Wouldn't have made top 32 anyway. So I'm like, whatever. Press buttons, lost. So yeah, that was my run. At least I broke the X3 curse that I've been having recently. Unfortunately, day 2 didn't translate well, but I got a cool new nickname in our WA group chat, which is the worst of the best. So hopefully I can come 39th maybe next time instead of 40th.
I believe in you.
So yeah, that was what you've all been waiting for 2 weeks. Super exciting. We got a 3-5 and a 6-5.
Yeah. But now we're going to hear from behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Can I ask Masto a quick question before we start going to talk about the casters?
I suppose.
Masto, what do you have for breakfast on the day of a region, or you've got a big casting responsibility? The suit is on, the Crocs are on, tie is on. What are you having for breakfast?
I can answer this one. 3 cans of White Monster and nothing else.
Hell yeah.
Very close. Very close. We go the full 4-pack.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Of course.
We need to be locked in.
I started 0-1 and then Scoot Easy came over and brought me a White Monster. Shout out Scoot Easy. And said, hey, this is for you, buddy. And I drank it and won round 2. So, I mean, maybe there is something there.
It helps.
Is that it? Yeah, I'm not a big breakfast eater, to be honest. So normally, like, when I get up, I'm basically, like, rolling out the door almost. Like, I might have, like, a muesli bar or something if it's around. I'm
the same as you. I tend to not eat breakfast, but then I get hungry around, like, 10:30, 11 a.m. But I think that first day I actually didn't eat anything the whole day.
It was meant to be like a lunch of some kind, and then
right. That's supposed to cater for us. And then and then like we were like, what's happening? That it's like, round starting in like 10 minutes, and it's like, shit. All right, well, I guess who's up? Yeah,
so we were all just craving a feed at like when we got to the end of the day.
Oh god, yeah. The what was it I had Saturday night? I think. Where did we go afterwards? Was it that food hall?
Saturday. Yeah. There's like the Haymarket thing.
Yeah.
Oh, before we went to the casino, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like 3 different food things there.
You dropped all over your pants.
Yeah, I dropped a piece of chicken souvlaki on my white chinos. And they just left the biggest fucking stain I've ever seen. Like, I don't know how a single piece of chicken managed to cover like a quarter of my pants leg. It was insane. And it just looked like I shat myself from the front.
It was pretty bad.
It was really bad. I only just got the stains out now after the 3rd wash.
Damn.
Having got back to Perth. But yeah, that was some of the best food I've ever eaten. But yeah, it's all just energy drinks and prayer for the most part. But I was feeling like mad shit on the first day. I got less than 3 hours sleep because I had like just a whole bunch of other stuff going on as well as the time zone difference. So I was just dead on my feet. I like, if you want to ask for a run of what happened, like what my day one looked like, don't bother because I can't remember any of it.
Now give us your round by round like we did.
Well, whatever round Jude Lee was on, I was napping in the corner. So that must have been Paul and our other caster, Hobbit, friend of the show.
I remember he was very upset when he asked.
Dude, he was he was really disappointed. He was so excited. I was like, Mark, were you casting my match? And I was like, I don't know how to tell you this, man. I was asleep.
You broke his heart, Mark.
I did, yeah. But I cast his match day 2, so that's going to count for something.
Yeah.
But yeah, day 1 was rough. It didn't help that we didn't start till round three, because of the technical difficulties.
3, yeah.
Also, because we weren't on site, we weren't really able to pick the pairings, so we just kind of had to get what we were given.
Yeah, because have we discussed that you were on a different like venue?
Yeah, we were like a 5-minute walk away from the actual arena, so that's why we couldn't do interviews. And
5 for you. 15 for me. I'm a bit of a slow.
I mean, look, it may as well have been an hour considering like how, we couldn't get there to do interviews or get players to us or anything like that. So functionally, it doesn't matter how far away it was not on site. And yes, we weren't picking pairings, and it was a bit kind of unfortunate because we like the pairings would drop and we'd be like, oh, this pairing will be sick. Oh, this one will be awesome. This is like a grudge match. These two are really interesting players with interesting teams. And then the venue would be like, all right, guys, here's your pairing. It's Bolt Balance Mirror. Like,
there was like, we also submitted a list of like players to pick. And we had
probably
like
ignored.
Rounds where none of them were picked.
Yeah, I felt really bad that mine and Kieran's match didn't actually go on the stream because then he wouldn't be picked for the day 1 anymore after that. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was the other thing is I heard later that like there were a couple of really good pairings for Kieran, but there's like, oh, we can't because we've already put him on stream. It's like, no, you haven't.
He didn't go on it.
because the stream wasn't up.
Yeah, because he versus Yoav as well towards the end. So
yeah, that would have been sick. I don't even know who won that one.
Yoav did.
Yoav did. Yeah. Yoav was on. He was undefeated day 1, right?
Yeah, Yoav was 8-0 at the end of day 1.
Yeah. So that was unfortunate. But otherwise, like, it was pretty good. I think the 3-man rotation we had was honestly pretty all right. I love casting with both you guys. And I don't know if I've shouted him out on the podcast yet, but Jack Buckley is just the absolute GOAT of the VGC stream. He was our on-site production guy, and he was doing, making sure all the tech was working, making sure, everything was communicated and everything. And he just absolutely held the whole thing together. If he wasn't there would not have been a stream. I don't know if you agree with that, Master.
Oh, 100%. 100%. So he was the operation.
Yeah. Every kind of like, be it business or group or whatever, has that one person who kind of like works behind the scenes, but the whole operation would absolutely fall down without. And that was Jack for us. So many props to Jack. If anyone watched the Brisbane stream, he was a caster at Brisbane. So he was the one with the beard and the glasses.
If you need like a visual representation, he looks like a Generation 1 hiker. Like that's probably the best way.
Yeah. So my props to Jack. Also shout out to, I've forgotten his fucking name. Who was our offsite producer? Is it Shivam?
Shivam, I think.
Shivam. Okay, yeah. I was never sure how to pronounce it because I only ever saw it in text. But he was the one who was kind of organizing the cuts between everything and making sure everything was on screen when it was supposed to. And we forgot to shout him out on the actual coverage, which I felt a bit bad for. So shout out to Shivam.
What do you mean we?
Sorry, Henry forgot to shout him out at the end of the coverage. And I think we've already spoken about this on the podcast because it was by far everyone's part of the stream. Sorry, everyone's favorite part of the stream.
Racing. Woo!
Pokemon Racing by Andy Brophy.
And he just keeps upping the ante. Like, he's got his work cut out for him for Melbourne.
Yeah.
There's no way he can improve on that, surely. It was so good. I know that everyone, from what I heard at the venue between games, everyone in the spectator area was just popping off at the racing. What some people don't know is that we in the caster room were doing exactly the same thing. was like, oh shit, are we about to go on?
Yeah,
We've just been rooting for the Shroomish for the last 5 minutes.
We get to the point where we would just be casting the races, just like.
Oh yeah.
Should have. That would have been hilarious.
We should have done. We genuinely spoke about it. I think it's like coming up towards round 7. It's like, it looks like there's going to be a bit of a gap. Should we just go live and cast the horse racing? So we genuinely spoke about that. I think, Paul, was it your idea that like one round we came in and it's just like, I don't know about you, but I was, watching that Monkey Dory.
I think that was Henry.
Okay,
I really want to claim it, but I think it was Henry.
But we were all like, that was so hype in the we had good fun with all the stream filler, the trivia as well.
Yeah.
I think I knew the least about like in terms of knowledge of the video games. I probably know the least in that room of 4 people, but that was a great time, just like shouting out answers like, A, no, it's C. So
like raising the bar for Melbourne, I do have one recommendation. If we're going to get like, some other boring archetype like Bolt Balance, if it's a mirror, if we can have Subway Surfers next to it,
yes.
or like the 5-minute craft Reddit videos, Minecraft parkour, something like that, perfect.
Are we catering to people born in 2012 at this point?
I mean, genuinely, half of them are making Top Cut. So
that's pretty valid, actually.
Like one of them just won Auckland. What are you talking about? So if we go off the going theory that Melbourne is played on Champions, what do we collectively think Champions could add to make streams more entertaining outside of Subway Surfers? And I'm also going to jump in and say outside of Family Guy clips on the side as well.
I mean, I just like not having some dumb-looking grandma waving in the background in every scene would be a good start.
Fuck you. More waving grandmas.
We want more. Okay, sorry, we want more. We're going the full opposite direction. More waving grandmas.
Yeah, like, the Gen 8 stadiums is filled with the waving grandmas.
The waving grandmas. And the one guy that has his arms crossed.
Yep.
Filled with so many that you're just getting like screen lag and screen tearing just because like the graphics can't keep up. Each one is rendered individually. Just
watch me Gigamax my waving grandma.
Yes. Hopping off. I'm trying to think because obviously we've spoken about like spectator mode.
Yes.
So I think that'd be awesome. I know like every time I'm in Twitch chat for a big event, there's always someone complaining about one of the pro players who like the way that they play is just kind of like while they think they'll kind of like select a move and then jump back and then they'll select a move and then they'll jump back and they'll select the same move again 5 times and they'll go select another move for the other Pokemon and then they'll jump all the way back and do it again.
Oh yeah, dishonorable mention to Jude Lee for giving everyone a seizure on stream. Fucking hell.
Oh yeah, that was so difficult to concentrate.
Here's the thing: when I'm casting, and you'll know this, Paul, I have a notebook that I kind of like. I use to record Tailwind turns, Trickroom turns, weather, terrain, keep track of which Pokemon have been fainted, which have a status, which have terrestrialized, all that kind of thing. So in between turns, I am not paying attention to the screen at all.
So you would have been fine.
I was totally fine. And then people was like, man, what the fuck was that? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, Jude Lee was giving everyone a Porygon seizure.
No, but yeah, spectator mode would be good because like from a viewing and a casting point, you can see the terrain, you can see if Trick Room's up, Tailwind, etc. And then we know from Champions, you can see the percentage of the health of the Mons.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so you can actually say, maybe just a little bit over half. You can actually know the percentage now. So
saves me having to come up with some of the most bullshit like eyeballs, like dealing roughly 35 to 40%.
I would like to see.
I'm still gonna say that that'll piss people off.
You know what? That's fair.
You see a move that says 40%, you're like, I think that's about a 3 KO.
Just start engagement baiting our followers.
Hell yeah.
I would like to see full reworks of. I mean, I don't know if we've seen in trailers. I can't remember because the trailers are probably shit. But I want to see full reworks of animations. Like, I mean, obviously we've got like old school, like the Colosseum sort of like days of animations where we all think we should be having that and this. And I agree with that. But even just look at what they did to, as a perfect example, Dragon Energy Regidrago. Look at the animation for that attack in Gen 8.
Yeah.
And then look at it in Gen 9. How does it go backwards?
Yeah, Heat Wave's probably my biggest, to be honest.
I mean, just like all of them, like Glacial Lance, like Surging Strikes.
Yeah.
Like
it's enough is enough. Like of this shitty little like, oh yeah. And I'm sick and tired of, if a Pokemon is immune to Earthquake, why does it still have the damage animation when it gets hit?
Yeah, you know what? That one genuinely shits me. Yeah.
It's like if an attack misses, the Pokemon should not be reacting to the attack.
The spread move, like Icy Wind goes off and the Landorus misses and I've lost the game because of it, but it still like acts like it's been hit. It's like, oh, fuck off, you dramatic bitch.
It's like, it's just sloppy and lazy.
Yeah, so hopefully that's better in Champions. I think cooler animations would be sick. I really hope they kind of go the way of Z to A, where you can kind of physically see the Pokemon attack the other Pokemon.
That'd be cool.
At the moment, as an example, I'll give Okidogi. Like whenever it attacks, it just basically throws a haymaker. And it doesn't like, it's on the other side of the field, but then, you know, the Registeel on the other side gets a fist animation in its face. I want to see Okidogi walk over there and just king hit the cunt.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even have to walk over. As long as they at least have some of them in proximity to each other for like physical contact moves. Like, you should see the Pokemon move towards not just like the old. Remember that infamous in Sword and Shield, like the double kick, whatever, where like was it like Cinderace or Reboot or Scorbunny, one of the three, did like a double kick, and it's just like you just see it like hop and a little footprint comes up, and I'm like, this is We need to move away from that. Come on, Game Freak.
Also, like more custom animations. So like,
I was going to say, I think they had to like save every single penny in regards to like everything they've done, because I heard about the Super Bowl ad that they did.
For fuck's sake.
Substantial amount of money.
I think what I don't understand though is like some games they like, for example, in Legends ZA, Blastoise is now firing water from its cannons. They've got the model, they've got the animation. It does hydro pump from its cannons of water. Watch them go to Gen 10 and all of a sudden it's back to what it fucking was used to be. Like, I don't understand how they get the one step forward and then two steps backward between games.
Weird because like even the beta of ZA had like one of the biggest criticisms was like what the balconies and the windows are just like painted on 2D.
Yeah.
But the early beta, they were 3D and they're just like, nah, we're going to get rid of this.
That's really funny. I wonder if it was like a loading thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like, nah, fuck this. We'll just cut costs. We got Super Bowl ad to pay for, you know? We need Lady Gaga.
Literally.
God.
Mind, but we gotta funnel this money into building Kanto Park in Japan.
To be fair, I do want to go to that. There's a big Tyranitar display.
Oh, hell yeah.
Should we go?
Yeah, we should.
Oh, there's
It's like a doubles of like Tyranitar and Garchomp up against a Gyarados and a Raichu or something. It looks very cool, and like the terrain is all damaged.
I could see it being like Pachirisu as like a throwback to what, like 2014.
That never happened.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about that guy anymore.
Oh.
The guy that got Pachirisu.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
I want them to still do the little Pachirisu that could, but just like really clumsily like redacted.
It's like Epstein black squares everywhere.
Sagen Park was in the World Championships against an unknown player.
Against redacted.
Sagen Park was in the World Championships against someone.
It's just a silhouette of a question mark.
Yeah. Hasn't been unlocked yet.
God, I still remember Twitch chat popping off when they didn't do their due diligence properly and used like an old filler clip of like them interviewing big name players, and Jody was one of them.
That was so funny.
That was clipped from all the VODs though. They removed it, which was very funny.
It made me feel better about the fact that Paul, your Switch in Brisbane had two bears fucking on it.
I blame whoever loaded up the accounts. I said load up this account because this one's a no-no. So they loaded up a no-no, so. Of
course they did. Sweet. Our hands are clean on that one. But yeah, I mean, even that boo-boo still wasn't as bad as it could have been. So we take those.
Yeah.
We got to the point where I can start asking Masto guest questions.
Yeah, so we've got a Discord where we haven't shouted this out yet, so I'll do it now. For $3 American a month, our listeners can subscribe to the O2 Drop. This contributes financially and it allows us to do things like, I'm going to be honest, I don't actually know what Joel does with our money, but
it doesn't go to us.
No.
Goes to the ongoing costs of the podcast.
True.
Whatever the fuck that means.
He's still paying off the podcast recording equipment.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, once you pay those $3 a month, you can come join us in the O2 Drop exclusive Discord where, among many other things, you can ask questions of the guests that we have on our podcast. Questions like...
Oh, we're doing it now.
Seamless segue, Chris. Thank you.
Well, also about they got to go to the o2drop.com, which will take you to our
that. Just ask a
Buzzsprout.
fucking question.
All right, fine. I will ask you a fucking question. Well, I've already asked
questions like...
Stop putting me on the spot. I've got to get
You were about to say it anyway.
What a segue.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, ready?
Questions like...
How do you feel about Mark Murray, and how do you think you'll fare against him in a UFC-style cage fight?
I will be calling Triple O in advance so he has a ride home to the hospital.
Say ride home to the hospital. The implication being I live there.
Right, yeah, you're not going to be leaving.
Yeah, you will after that.
You have to change your forwarding address.
Okay, so you'd win. All right. Is there a particular like finishing method? Like, is it going to be like a knockout? Is it going to be submission? Is it going to be like
hand grip?
Yeah.
I feel like what I would need to do is probably what I could do to like 90% of people. Like bless them, lovely people, the community, but like one haymaker is probably all I need.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I'm built to take many hits.
As a veteran of the game, Masto, this is from Melbourne, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Friend of the show.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best Matts.
In Melbourne, he's just called Matt. But we call him Melbourne.
Isn't there another Matt in Melbourne as well?
Matty B?
No, he's in Brisbane.
Well, then there's not.
Not a subscriber, but like there's another Matt.
I'm sure there's at least one more Matt in Melbourne.
A second
in the
Matt,
VGC community.
A second Matt has hit Melbourne. Okay, so as a veteran of the game, Master, how do you feel about the growth of the scene both locally and globally?
I like it. I think having the scene like constantly grow is I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. And I guess probably the thing I would hate the most would be like if you step like a toenail out of line in front of the wrong person, like you just get swarmed. Like it gets pretty nasty because and then like as soon as you want to go to like redeem yourself to be like, oh, it's one thing you fucked up. And like everyone's just like, nah, you did this thing 6 years ago, go to jail. Like
the cancel culture kind of pile on.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't even call it cancel
that.
culture necessarily, partially because cancel culture has been co-opted by the worst people you know. But I think grudge culture is possibly a better way to put it.
I think grudge culture is probably the better way of putting it as well. Yeah, I think like outside of that, I'm a big fan of it, and like I will always tell people like as sarcastically as possible, don't play this game. This game's shit. But I'll always encourage people to. If they want me to be like real talk, definitely to like your events, play the game. Like the scene's forever growing. People are gonna be nice, and like I know for like our local specifically, like if someone's being a shithead to a new player, like I've had someone literally DM me just going, someone's being a shithead to X player. Can you chat to them? And I'll like sit them down. And I've never smelt shit drop from an asshole so quickly when I've DM someone to go, oi, can I chat with you outside for a sec?
Just take a seat.
Catch me outside.
They know full well that
we've walked outside. We've walked outside into the Shrek swamp, basically. Like it's just.
They know full well that if they don't start behaving, they're going to cop one of those haymakers.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Do you have any advice to grow local communities and attract new players?
Oh, that's a tough one. For us in Briz, we do a lot of advertising, or like as much as we can, because like a lot of the time when stuff gets sent out, it's basically only really put out on like the Pokemon page. But like we're actively promoting our respective Discords and like messenger chats. For people who are in like either or, like there'll be some people that don't use Discord, but will use like Messenger and stuff. So we just try and advocate those and just try and advertise just as much events as possible and just try and generate discussion.
Yeah, I must say
more than anything,
the Queensland Discord is very good. You guys do a very good job and all the advertising and stuff in there. It's very well done.
Yeah. So
and on that, can you change my permissions now that I'm moving there?
As long as you're still in
ban him.
I actually do think I can do that. Yeah, I could probably do that when I see you at the airport next Monday.
Do you have a favorite format or regulation?
I really enjoyed Regulation A and B, if it's specifically in Gen 9. That's mostly due to that being the format where I got a custom avatar on Pokemon Showdown.
Oh shit, yeah.
I think of all time, tough to say, but I think it might have been, was it like Series 9 where we had Players Cup 4? I really enjoyed that.
Give me like an example of what like the teams were like, because like, all the Sword and Shield kind of blurs into one.
I mean, I ran a team that was built by like James Katsaros and a few of the other lads, like Luke and a few others. They just told me to use Venusaur, Porygon 2, Torkont, Rhyperior, and you kind of just play based on what you see. And I did that and went 7-1 in the day one. I think it was the format where there were like legendaries legal, so you could use like your Tapus and Ultra Beasts and stuff like that, I think. But it wasn't like any like box. I think it was not. I think it was Series 9. I don't remember for certain. I can quickly find out though.
Yeah.
But that one's my favorite.
Yeah. I miss older formats sometimes. I'm really keen for a shake up. I really hope Champions gives us like a fresh Pokedex or a fresh mechanic or just something to you don't want to like Champions to drop and everyone's just playing Bolt Balance in like the first regulation of Champions. You know?
Can you imagine? It's just Bolt Balance on slightly better graphics.
Yeah,
That'd be very funny.
And everyone's trainer wearing like a top hat and a clown nose. Just
yeah.
I'd be fine if there was Subway Surfers in the spectator mode.
true.
And better animations.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, for Champions, I actually would really like to have more trainer customization. Not only that, like trainer options as well. Because in Battle Revolution, you had a choice of like 3 different types of like male or female characters. And like, I want to be the big fucking muscle man again. Give me him back. I don't want to be some stupid kid.
Get
me on the juice, man.
I really like the trainer customizations from ZA. I thought that was pretty good. Like when you could start dressing up as like the other trainers in the game. I thought that was pretty sick.
I did like that.
Especially because Ivor's gi makes you jacked.
So saying like,
that's literally why I wear that and exclusively that.
No, fair.
Nice. I wear Jacinta's dress.
So, but like,
Good boy.
What confuses me is like, while they'll have this much customization in ZA, then like the next game that comes out, it's like 2 steps backwards again. Like it doesn't. They've got them in. I mean, they've got the coding. Just put
X
it in.
and
the
Y
game.
was so good, and then it just kept going backwards. And then Scarlet and Violet with just the stupid like school uniforms. I was so pissed.
Yeah. Even Sword and Shield had some decent customization options.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm just saying that specifically compared to.
I like this. I like the Sword and Shield customization.
Yeah. There's good options.
Good. And then Scavvy was just like, "You're at school now, fucko. Uniform."
Okay. What else we got?
Can I pay my dollar coin for a free dress?
Hell yeah. That's a reference people outside of Australia are not getting.
Look, don't worry. There'll be plenty of microtransactions in Champions.
Yeah.
You'll be able to pay your dollar. Don't worry.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So this is a question from Scott. Do you have not Scooties, you're different Scott, local Perth Scott. Do you have a favorite Mastodon? Is the nickname based on like a specific character
so it's like the name was given to me back in like, it would have been back in like 2011, 2012. Like it was ages ago. So me and a group of mates who I knew through like school and like MSN, for those who know.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
A bunch of us were Pokemon players at the time. And we were also WWE fans. So we were fans of wrestling.
Are you watching Elimination Chamber this weekend?
I will try and finesse my way into doing so, but I'd be very keen for it.
We just need to start a cabal of VGC wrestling fan
with Moxie
crossovers.
Boosted.
Just us, Paul, and Moxie Boosted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know guys like I don't want to shout him out, but I'm going to shout out Aldridge because he's also a fan of WWE as well. So.
Sweet.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I think he's still currently being detained by airport security, but...
Sorry, Aldridge.
For those who missed it,
Honestly,
Dan, For the episode just before Sydney, we made a comment. It's like, a lot of you will probably be listening to this on the plane to Sydney, at which Dan said, and a message for you guys is, I have a bomb, I have a bomb, I have a bomb. And Eldridge is apparently listening to the podcast without headphones in the airport, and that went off. Which, to be fair, is what he deserves for listening to a podcast without headphones.
Especially this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly.
We are the world's best made for adults Pokemon podcast.
All right, sweet. So the list of VGC WWE fans grows to include Aldridge as well.
Yeah. So you were with some friends in 2011 and you were wrestling fans, and this is your wrestler's name?
Oh, well, the casters we enjoyed listening to were JR and The King.
Yeah.
And that was constantly said when they would see like a big guy wrestle, goes, oh, look at the size of that Mastodon. And basically that kind of just fell through. Like one of them said it, like referencing me, and the gang liked it, so it just kind of stuck.
Yeah,
and I just carried it because
they used to call like Viscera or like Big Titty V or whatever his name was. Big Daddy V?
Big Daddy V.
Yeah. Big Titty V. Yeah, he did have big titties though. Okay, yeah, no, I think it's, and obviously it's just stuck like 15 years later.
Yeah, because it's better than so much other crap you see on like the web. Like,
yeah,
that is true.
That is true. Ryan, aka Chestnuts, would like to know: have you got a favorite set that you've cast in your casting duties?
Oh, as much as I want to say, let me pull it up because it was one that was recent. It's a spoiler. It was a Drew set.
Yeah,
I think it was. I think it was the Drew semi-final, Drew versus Yu Peng, where Drew was on the far side.
That's probably a fair call. Yeah, because we couldn't see if it was Zoroark.
Catching that shadow ball from Urshifu. Yeah,
that's fair. That was so hype. I'm kind of sad I missed watching that, but I was popping off in the back of the caster room watching that game.
Yeah, that definitely would have been it for me, purely because it was the one that was on the far side and not the near side.
Yeah, like as it goes back to, we should really have spectator mode, because like as a caster, not knowing if something is Zoroark is just so much cooler than knowing it's Zoroark.
Yeah, so once upon a time. So we had a mate who pulled up and used Drew's team in the the Global Challenge recently that happened like just last weekend. He basically just took Drew's team, and most of his games led Whimsicott Zoroark X with Regidrago 4th, and caught every single Fluttermane except one with the Tailwind Shadow Ball, and managed to finesse just below 1700s.
Damn,
that's awesome.
While very heavily on the grog. I couldn't believe it.
I think,
like, I was just like, do people hate Australia that much that they don't give a shit about like what won or like anything like that? Like,
and they learned a valuable lesson.
Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Like, I felt like there was one person that called it right and terrored their Fluttermane to live the hit, and everyone was like calling him out for it. That it's like, oh, how do you make that play? And I'm just like, it's the first person that saw Zoroark at team preview and went, this could be led.
Yeah,
we just all called him some heinous words that will not be said on the card. I was like, get cut him some slack. And he was the one person that led Fluttermane that I think won their best of one as well. Like,
great. I mean, that's what I love so much about Drew's team, is just how well the Zoroark and Regidrago work on the same team. Like, being able to have the Zoroark there, catch a Fluttermane off guard, and then Regidrago is then able to fight a Fluttermane-less team is just, it's so good. I absolutely loved watching it.
There was one big turn as well where we saw like a Raging Bolt Incineroar lead, and we just looked and said, Stellar Terra Blast the Raging Bolt. It's becoming a fairy type. And the turn ended with Raging Bolt leaving the field at 0 HP.
Very nice.
By the Stellar Terra Blast.
Nice.
Stellar Terra Blast is sick, man.
Okay, so I got two more questions for you. This one's from me, actually. What's your favorite Mega Pokemon? Yep. And if you could give any Pokemon a Mega, what would it be?
Favorite Mega? Oh, it's tough because I've had a few, and they've constantly been pretty different from Generation 6 onward. But I think the current flavor is probably Mega Galissapod.
Yeah, it's pretty sick
I'm really
design.
hoping that gets I'm really hoping that gets like a really good ability. I'm like praying for a well-baked body, and everyone's telling me to fuck off.
A lot of people have been talking about Earth Eater Mega Heatran, but I think well-baked body Eagle Eye Spot is so much funnier.
I think it'd be
partially
battle
because
armor.
that means it's doesn't have a single weakness, and also partially because that's going to boost its already insane defense stat.
I think you're dreaming if you think it's going to get well-baked body. But
No, but imagine
it'd be
though.
funny. You could do skill swap onto it maybe somehow.
I'm hard, the hard dream. And for something that I think should get a mega, like something that does, like I feel like should get a mega, or something I would want to have a mega.
You would want.
Oh, that's tough because there's like there's so much again as well.
You can say Togepi if you really want.
No. That's a slack cop out. Probably it would probably be something from the newer gen. So probably either like Skeledirge or Lokix. Either one of them, I reckon, would be pretty cool for Mega.
I think Lokix could have a potential. You know, it's our only bug dark type Pokemon in the game, which I think is wild to me.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for a dark bug spider for like forever. Okay, look, I think Skeledirge is like a starter. I guess starters can get megas. Yeah. Okay. I'd see those. Okay, this question, we've been terrorizing our guests for like over a year now with this question. And some people have got no idea what it is because they're too young. But I reckon you've heard this album. So, Masto, what is your favorite song from the My Chemical Romance album, The Black Parade?
I'm gonna upset a lot of people here. I actually don't listen to music.
Like at all?
Just not listen to music is crazy.
At all.
What the fuck?
When he's playing VGC, he very specifically selects the no music option.
The fuck?
Insane.
Like half the time it would just be like I'll have the Switch volume down, or I would just have like the TV muted. Because like normally if I'm doing something that like would require music, half the time I'm in like, well, recently, like I'd be like in a call, or I would just be like watching a video. So the video would kind of just be that background noise for me, that what music would be for a lot of other people.
That's fair.
And it wasn't really a thing for me, like growing up too much. Like I didn't really have like an iPod or anything like that. And a lot of my like after school was just like get homework done and like swimming training, and like if it's like during the winter, like your club sports.
Yeah. What did you play?
And then otherwise it was just like dinner, bed. So I started out as a soccer or football player.
Yeah.
That quickly changed to rugby league, which was
league, but we won't hold it against you.
That's more of the sport for us. Yeah, that's more of the sport in Queensland over AFL.
Yeah, fair. I mean, Chris and I are rugby players, but we both play rugby union.
The correct rugby.
Yeah.
Wrong.
The fuck,
I
Dan?
played a little bit of union, but it was only for school, and it was one of the 2 times I actually got sent off while playing a game of rugby.
What
did you do?
So there was like one big guy on like the opposing team for like inter-school sport, and our coach was like, "You see, big guy?" But he's Fijian. He's like, "You see the big guy there?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Want you to nail him." He's chugging away. He's like a big fella.
Yeah.
But like this was also when we were like, a lot of us were like, it was like around like 13 and 14.
Okay.
Like most of them are still like in early stages of puberty. Puberty hit me when I was like fucking 9. So I'm like the size I am now. And I drill my shoulder into like just below his belly button. No, like lift both his legs up and then like just crush him like right on like the back of his shoulders. And then like it got wild. So like a bunch of the team just started coming over to fight me, and I felt like because I was just throwing hands with all of them. And like as soon as like the first 2 or 3 ran down, the rest of them back off, and they sent me off. But
Crazy.
the game didn't resume for another half an hour because they had to get an ambulance in for that guy.
Fucking hell.
Jesus. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Good times playing rugby. I was tiny as shit when I was in high school because I was the opposite of you, Paul. Puberty didn't hit me till I was like 24. So I was like in year 10 on the rugby team, like 3 foot nothing, just like the titchiest fucking guy. my coach is like, oh, I like Mark. He's a really good winger because when we get the ball to him, he just goes straight down. Like he runs it all the way. I was like, yeah, of course I run. As soon as I've got the ball, I've got to sprint. Otherwise, the fucking 6'10" moldy guy is going to eat me. Like,
Yeah.
good times. I hated it. But yeah, classic sport. I noticed you're a swimmer as well. I was also a competitive swimmer in primary and high school.
Yeah, so me and my two brothers, we were basically put through swimming lessons just as we were like starting from like 6 months, just because knowing and learning how to swim is like a very important skill. Because like,
oh yeah, especially in Australia,
if you know how to like, if you can tread water and like compare to someone who doesn't know how to swim, like not only can you keep yourself, like you can just keep yourself just like afloat for like hours.
Yeah.
And like the ability to like just be able to like move through the water, like when necessary as well, just also pretty big. Especially because like, you know, a lot of our cities are along like coastlines, so like beaches are like a big thing.
100%. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I don't think I've ever met anyone in Australia who doesn't know how to swim.
It's because they're all dead.
That's very true. Because yeah, I feel like in other countries it's not uncommon like to know someone who can't swim, but it's unheard of in Australia. But yeah, absolutely. I think it's a vital skill to learn, especially when, you know, we all live in houses that are going to be underwater in 20 years. Like, what if I want a snack from my fridge? I'm going to have to do the butterfly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I did that. Got pretty good at it. I swam when I was like in like the end of primary school and like into high school. I used to swim at like rep level within the state.
Shit, yeah.
Damn.
And I blame that because once again everyone's going through puberty, and I'm an 11-year-old of size 13 feet. Like it's like I've swam half the pool already. Like,
Bro's got flippers on. That's cheat.
yeah, that's it. But I'd still be like the same. I'd be like only like the tiniest bit taller than most of them because I'm only 5'9". I'm a fucking shorter. So I feel like sometimes.
No, that's super tall. No.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Masto, I wanted to hear like your wildest prediction for Pokemon Presents this Friday. Just like
outside of having zero expectations.
just predict something crazy that you can like gloat about if you get it right.
I want to say, but I really hope it doesn't come true. Because I think if I get it right and gloat about it, people are going to be so pissed at me. But it's that Champions once again gets delayed.
Oh, 100%. My prediction is we're going to get Gen 10 news and nothing about Champions.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
That would be pretty bad.
Seeing as we're meant to be having Champions in less than like 4 months.
Yep.
I'm almost prepared to put a Zinger box on it.
I feel like you still owe me a Zinger box.
No, who owes me? Oh no, Jared owes me a Zinger box from the Royal Rumble. Yeah, no, I think I do still owe you a Zinger box. But what my thinking is, if I put a bet that we're going to get no news about Champions on Friday, either we get Champions news or I get a Zinger box.
That's fair.
Win-win.
Yeah, it is a win-win.
But yeah, I'm like you, Paul. I'm not at all optimistic. I think people always go into these things with like hype expectations, and they're just always shattered.
Yeah. Master, did you make a prediction after all that?
I was gonna say I actually do have one. Like I really like. I want to predict like if Champions news gets announced and it's confirmed for the competitive format. I hope it's like something without any gimmicks, because I've seen a lot of people theorize about megas, and if there's like no megas legal for like the first month or so, I'm going to tell all of them where to kneel down.
I've actually been saying the same thing. Not exactly the no gimmicks thing, but I've been saying I don't think they'll change gimmicks halfway through a season.
They'll just leave it as Terra.
I think we're in a Terra format. I think if they give us Champions and Worlds is on Champions, I think it will only be terrestrialization, and we'll get Megas or Z moves or Dynamax or whatever in the following season or in following seasons.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they don't make smart decisions. I can also just see them drop Mega Terra for Worlds because super hype, you know?
And the other thing is, I get the feeling that like the balancing team or the person in charge of like competitive design is just one dude in a cupboard who's just like never gets invited to the meetings. And he's like, hey guys, maybe we should like keep this because of like the players was like, shut the fuck up, nerd.
Yes,
Meg Revolution sells more plushies.
throw him out the window meme.
I do think they want to capitalize. I do think they want to capitalize on the Legends ZA megas and DLC megas, and also the TCG megas that are obviously being released in current sets. So I think we'll see megas in our first champions format if and when we ever get champions. But the other thing as well, like I've got a bet. So I'll talk about on the podcast. I officially have a bet with Sumo, friend of the show, that he thinks that we'll get Gen 10 this year. He said there's no way that 30-year anniversary of Pokemon, they don't drop the Gen 10 games this year. I have a bet saying that there's no way we're getting Gen 10 released this calendar year. It'll be next year at the earliest.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they drop it this year. I will be incredibly surprised if we don't get anything about Gen 10 at Pokemon Day.
No, that's why I think they soft launched Fire Red Leaf Green a week early, was so they can, I reckon they'll like drop the starters for Gen 10 or some shit.
100%.
Oh, look,
100%. I feel like if Fire Red Leaf Green was the biggest news we were getting, they wouldn't have dropped that until Pokemon
Or
Day.
some dumbass put up the thing like a week early.
Yeah, or someone fucked
Which has
up.
happened before.
Very possible.
Like when they did that teaser for the Mega Victory Bell,
Yes.
and then like they just like titled the video, like they put it
Yeah,
in the description.
just like set it like, all right, sick. Oh my God.
Which is funny because that was possibly the best reveal video we had.
It was a very good reveal
Yeah, it
video.
was.
Yeah.
It made me really want like a genuine Pokemon horror game, which
Yeah.
I know they're never going to give us.
Yeah,
But like
it's a children's game.
it's a children's game, but like some Pokédex entries are genuinely horrifying that I think they could, if they wanted to, make an exceptionally good horror game.
Like the whole lore about your mask is it's like a horror game in itself. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing as well, like, and Skittle said this in the Discord tonight, Scott in Perth says that, you know, he can't see Gen 10 coming out this year because all the TCG sets for the rest of the calendar year are all planned. We have like release dates and names.
True.
And they're all based around like Gen 9 Pokemon and Gen 9 mechanics.
That being said, end of year drops for games are not uncommon. I'm pretty sure Sword and Shield and Scavvy both dropped in like what?
They're normally
in like
November releases.
October, November, right?
Yeah, they're normally November releases in time for Christmas.
Yeah, so I feel like TCG isn't going to drop any Gen 10 mechanics or gimmicks or Pokemon or anything until a couple of months after the game's been out.
Yeah. I mean, I think we'll get champions this year, and I think they will play champions on a year or potentially forever. Then there's like the rumors that the Gen 10 games going forward won't focus on battling mechanics and double battles and VGC. It'll be done on champions, and we just get like one-player storyline modes.
I hope that's true.
But we'll see.
I hope that Champions, well, I mean, I'm kind of like, it's a lukewarm hope because it's like, I hope the Champions kind of remains the competitive game forever and they can just kind of hot fix it and, you know, change things.
Live service.
Exactly. That would be awesome. But they would also need to not shit the bed on that. It's a bit of a big ask.
The reason I expect such little from Pokemon Champions is the fact that it's a mobile phone app. And that worries me. Like, how much of a quality thing can it be if it can be played on a phone?
Phones are capable of doing a lot these days.
I think that's potentially going to be a problem. Like if, like at regionals with like really big numbers as well, you're going to have a mix of Switch players and like mobile players.
No,
Switch, I was going to say, is there insider news about it? Because like, from what I'm theorizing,
not insider news
issues and whatnot,
but we anticipate that it will be Switch only at official tournaments. We anticipate you will not be allowed to play on phone at official tournaments. And part of the reason for that is when you look at Pokemon Go, they are not allowed to use their own phones. The tournament provides the phones, and I think the concern is that people might, get messages pop up from other people giving them advice or assistance, or just, generally disrupt their gameplay. Also, if everyone's on the same hardware, that makes things a lot less unpredictable than if everyone's got their own phone and I'm on the later Samsung and Dan has a 5-year-old Huawei. So I think for the sake of restricting those issues, they will say you need to have a functional Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2, or possibly it's... Fuck, do we reckon this will be Switch 2 exclusive? And it's just going to force everyone in the community who hasn't upgraded yet to do it?
It's Povo Gap, everyone.
Yeah, like fucking Joel playing our GC stream over the weekend on a Switch 1.
No, I think it will be on both, but like, I think you'll be encouraged to play on a Switch because this is going to be better hardware than like, because what my only, I guess, equivalent would be like TFT. Like, you can play that on PC. There's also a port of it on your phone and you can verse people on PC and vice versa. but like you're at a pretty big disadvantage on your phone, you know, smaller screen. You're going to fat thumb things like...
No, I'm sticking with it that you'll need a Switch.
I do agree though that official
at
events,
official tournaments.
official events and stuff, they'll just, Switches only. That's what I think.
But we will see. We'll see.
That's what I would like. That's what I would hope to think. Yeah.
Did you play the GC, Masto?
Yeah, I had a shit time. Don't want to talk about it.
All right, moving on.
Well, I mean, we all had a shit time. It's the GC. Well, can you at least tell us what like your team that you piloted?
It was like some fairly sort of like normalish kind of stuff. Like I had a Tornadoes, I had a Goldenga, I had a Landorus, I had a Rillaboom, I had a Half-Flame Ogerpon and a Razor Fang Urshifu that decided to flinch 0 times all weekend, and the bear has now been euthanized. Yeah, it's a rough gig, but yeah, it got to a point on Sunday where I was just playing, and it was just to a point where I was just like 1-7, and I just went, fuck this, and just switched everything off and went to bed.
I played the same as my Sydney team, but instead of Raging Bot, I brought Regigigas for the Regigigas wheezing meme. And Gigas had Gigas moments. I still think it's kind of a bad Pokemon because if the wheezing goes down, then you're just stuck with a slow start piece of shit. But it was still funny. We did a stream. So in case anyone missed it, the VOD's still up, I think. It hasn't been taken down this time. We did a stream on Friday night. It was me, Joel, and Dan. No, me, Joel, and Mark. No, one of you white people.
Fuck you, Chris.
We were at Mark's house.
Yes. Dan was there in spirit because wasn't it your like camera card?
It was my mic.
Your mic.
Yeah.
Your room mic. It was good.
I was modding in the chat by like approving people like swearing.
You were tech support. We had to call you like 7 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went 3-5, just like my Sydney run. So
damn.
Yeah. The GC is just, I was like, I had a Bucks night on Saturday. I was really hungover and not feeling well and nauseous all Sunday. It's like, I could play GC and, potentially kill myself, or I could, put a movie on and relax.
No, that's the incorrect decision.
Should have
been miserable.
Sweated on the GC.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
I actually do have a funny GC story though. So one of our local players, so I'm not sure if you guys have seen what was on Twitter or not, but did any of you guys see the Marco Fiera crash out?
Yes, I didn't. I did. No.
Fuck.
Tell us all about it.
So Marco Fiera is in game 45. He's at he's 1700, so he's decently up. He got paired into a locals of ours called Dodds. Shout outs to Dodds, man. He's a king.
Wait, that was
so he basically went through the GC team with a full like all of his stuff just had flinching stuff. And he basically every turn that Marco could have been flinched, he got flinched. He led Covert Cloak, Moltres, and Bandit Arcanine in front of the Farigiraf and the Incineroar. Just went for Terra Ghost on the Arcanine, just clicked Fire Wrath and Rock Slide, and Marco didn't get to play the game.
Nice.
And we saw the end of the stream with him with an impressive leg lift to kick the camera.
Yep. So good.
Yeah, dude. Queensland has ruined Pokemon yet again.
Yeah, what is with...
What do you mean? Dribbless saved Pokemon in Sydney.
But I mean, there's also that part of the world, the Wollongong patch where you got Daniel Walker, who's been, ruining lives with Pokemon for years. Does he still message you
he ruined his dog.
Does he still message you in the early hours of the morning before each regional asking you to help him with Pokemon?
He didn't for Sydney because I said, "What are you planning on using?" And he said, "I'm using Pinchurchin." And I said, "Yeah, good luck." I said you'll be lucky to go 5-3. He went 4-4. He deserved it, every bit of it. I told him it's bad. I told him we had a local player who was constantly using Pinchurchin just to try and make it work. And he said, "I've come up with the set." And the set was eject pack, Terra Ghost Curse.
Yeah.
We'd already tried that and it was bad, but he refused to listen.
So he doesn't listen.
Some lessons have to be learnt the hard way, unfortunately.
Shit.
Dan and Mark, do you want to mention?
And I was gonna say we count Drew in our region as heart, in heart, but we had. So from Queensland, we actually had a good showing. We had second place in seniors, and we won juniors, and we won masters.
Damn.
But the truth is, our junior comes from New Zealand, and our master came from the US. So we're known as importing talent to represent us to win events.
Still claim it.
Yeah, we are 100%.
I better win something after I move there. Jesus.
They said import talent, Dan.
Yeah, me.
Oh, okay.
We'll get you that 39th. Don't worry about it.
Hell yeah, that's all I know. Well, make me like 22nd on the rank ladder for Oaths. I'll take that.
Whoa. Dude, we'll help you out. We're not going to perform a miracle.
2 slots.
Thanks,
Come
sir.
on, Paul.
Hopefully 3. Hopefully 3.
I know, my GC was shit. I tilted. I started off really well day one. I was like, damn, I'm going to do it. I need these points. And then I like kept going down. I lost to Justin Tang when he was streaming. I'm like, fuck this. I just kept going. And I started rage gaming. I was like, why am I doing this? And I just stopped. I'm like, I can't hit my goal anymore. I'm just not playing anymore.
Where'd you end up?
No, it was sub 1500s. I'm just like, nah, this is bad. I'm not playing anymore.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Yep, I'm not going to do it.
I actually haven't checked what I ended because I was like 1570 when I finished, but that was on Saturday, so it probably deteriorated a little bit.
That number doesn't go down. It's the ranking.
It's the ranking.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So that's probably top 64.
Hell yeah.
That's 11 CP.
Hell yeah.
Good job, Mark.
That's big.
It's like a challenge second place.
It is.
Do either of you want to say anything about your teams that you ran?
I ran the same team.
Okay.
I ran Terra Rock Latios.
Actually, your Latios was kind of cool.
It was sick. I loved it.
It rocked.
So many surprise KOs. Shut the fuck up.
Mark going online now to check. Well, while he's doing that for no reason at all, I'm going to tell you who actually did win the GC.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Belly drum Iron Hands, right?
It was.
Yeah.
The GOAT, William Bobby Brown.
William Bobby Brown with, is it true that it was in a focus in DD?
No, it has Psychic Seed.
Okay, so that was a lie. Okay. I thought it might have had like fake out or some shit. All right. So it was Extreme Speed, Dragonite, was Choice Band Dragonite, Citrus Berry, Belly Drum, Iron Hands, Assault Vest, Iron Crown, Focus Sash, Chen Pao, Boost Energy Fluttermane. And as you said, Psychic Seed.
And there was Trick Room on the Fluttermane.
Yeah.
Very funny team.
He got 1828.228. Number 1.
Insane.
Insane in the membrane.
This was what everyone called the best player to never go on stream. And then he finally got on stream with his Water Shuriken Archelodon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I stole his team for Reg G, so I was a big fan.
We should probably give a shout out to Leonard Craft III.
Yes.
Oh, double Buffett.
Alistair definitely wanted us to shout him out with his crazy team.
He got 19th in the Grand Challenge. Globally. He was running, so at first it looks absolutely batshit crazy because he had a Fling Master Ball Ursaluna. But realistically, he was never really bringing Ursaluna, or I think even maybe the Comfy was also a meme, the eject button Comfy. It was just you would bring the Tatsugiri, Screamtail, like Cress and Dondozo, right?
Yeah.
Because the Cress had Psych Up and stored power.
And it was Toxic Orb, Tatsu.
Yes.
Yeah.
It had like very poor defenses, Tatsugiri deliberately, with Substitute, Endure, Protect, Draco Meteor. So the idea was that you would let your Tatsugiri die inside the Dondozo, keep all the boosts on Dondozo, then you'd be able to switch in a Crest and get Psych Up, stored power. And with Lunar Blessing. It's absolutely fucking unhinged. The Screamtail had Sing, Baton Pass, Perish Song, and Misty Explosion. The Dondozo was Clear Amulet, Wave Crash, Order Up, Earthquake, Protect, Terra Fairy, yep. Tatsugiri, I already said, but it had, Toxic Orb. It was max speed, special attack. Crest, Psych Up, Dazzling Gleam, Stored Power, Lunar Blessing, max speed, Cresselia. And then the Kofi and the Urston, I think, was just for content. But I mean, it was Draining Kiss, U-Turn, Floral Healing, Taunt. I guess you could run that against like a hard Trick Room or something like that, like the Taunt. But
very funny.
Then Ursaluna was, Sweet Scent, Fling, Baby Doll Eyes, Play Nice with Master Ball. But funny.
Yeah, there's some crazy ones. Like the top 8 team was had Terra, Poison, Clear Amulet, Chien Power with Terra Blast. That was...
So is that to kill Rilla? Like, what does it kill? What does Terra Poison, Terra Blast like specifically for?
I guess Fluttermane. I don't know. Terra Fairy Fluttermane.
But like, why would like just an Icicle Crash not be better?
And this is funny.
Funny, haha.
Yeah.
All right.
And Ogapon.
It does kill Ogapon.
Yeah.
That is true.
The clip they posted was them like Okoing a Wellspring.
I guess also like Terra Fairy raging bolts in front of like you threaten an ice move, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Terra Fairy.
You're like a Terra Blast.
Yeah, that's funny.
It is funny.
I like it.
And then MDB also came fourth with a hard Trick Room team.
Was it Diego special? How many protects?
Well, he didn't release it, but his tweet
Release
was...
the pace. Where's Marcus Dion when we need him?
At least he put the items up. His tweet was, follow me Trick Room, expanding Force Eruption, GG. That was the tweet with Specs, Torko, Rocky Helmet Indeedee, Band Urshi, Seed, Farigiraf, Life Orb, Hatterene, and Goggles, Iron Hands.
Nice.
So some people did good in the GC. Happy for them. Dim the Sim did very well. 63rd globally.
He's done really well since taking our free Reg F coaching.
Yeah.
You not say he's really picked up his season.
And by our Reg F coaching, it's your Reg F coaching.
It is my Reg F coaching. I'm taking full responsibility.
And for $40 an hour, you can also be coached by Chris Marr.
No, I do it for free. That's how much of a nice guy I am. Just
$3 US a month.
subscribe to the podcast for as little as $3 US a month, which you can find by going to the o2drop.com, which will redirect you to our Buzzsprout. We get if you subscribe, you get access to our Discord where we play Mafia, we do draft leagues, we do limitless tours for like cash prizing.
And we can ask our questions like,
we're not doing that bit again, Mark. Photos of my mum in a bikini from the 70s.
Those are in there.
That's the best part. $3 for softcore porn of Chris's family. Like,
I cannot overstate how hot Chris's mum was.
that may have just sold it for me.
Yeah, Master. Yeah.
Hold on, I'll see if I can go find. I'll just DM you one of them, Master, and then if you want to see the rest, you can pay $3 a month.
well, he's in the Discord now. He can see them.
Yeah, but he has to know where.
He doesn't know where. There's the Cottage Core channel, which has become Cottage Horse now because apparently Amy just uses it to post tit pics.
Thirst traps.
Yeah. But yeah, it is a very, very fun community and we do meetups in real life. And yeah, it's a great thing to be a part of. So please, you get access to like, I can't remember how much Joel said it was. It's like 200 hours of like bonus content footage. Every week we record a bonus episode just for our subscribers, which gets even more unhinged than these ones do. Speaking of potentially unhinged, depending on where Masto leans on this topic, but Masto, how do you feel about pineapple on pizza?
Oh, this really is really us starting a world war out here, aren't we?
Yeah, see, I told you we get political.
I am not a fan of it. However, I'm not going to berate people that do enjoy it because I know enough people in society to know that people are a bit on the more unique and interesting sort of a side, and that's okay. So if they're a fan of that, props to them.
I think he's calling you an R, Chris.
Nah, he's fucking fence sitting. What about choc mint ice cream?
I like choc mint.
Okay.
Dan's not happy.
Interesting take. Well, the pineapple pizza is the more important one.
Really?
Yeah.
So I never really knew like which of those you felt more strongly about.
Yeah, I honestly don't care. I just do it for the bit at this point.
That's fair. I just sent you a photo, by the way, Master.
Of Chris's mum.
A live
Chris's
reaction
mum.
of my mum.
Just put it in the caster group chat.
No, fuck up. They need to subscribe. Don't give Harry any free shit.
Fuck, Chris, you may be the ugliest person in your family.
And we've come full circle. Okay. Yeah, apparently my dad's up there too. According to
If it makes you feel any better, I share that trait in my family.
You're the ugly duckling as well. The ugly Mastodon.
Yeah. So I don't know how many of you guys remember Graham, my older brother. He came second at NAIC in 2019. I
know the name. Yeah,
the man has done he's done fitness modeling. So like,
oh wow, okay.
You're basically comparing like. Have you guys heard of the movie like Twins, like starring Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito?
Yes.
Yeah, we've been compared to that several times.
Obviously,
me obviously being Arnie.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Obviously,
I just like Googled what Graham Amedee. It's like all the photos of him just like flexing at the table. That's so funny.
Show me. Also, damn. Yeah.
Can I see that? Can I see the hot brother, please? Live reaction. Oh, damn.
He's a good looking brother.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't suppose he bats for my team.
Right? Dude, I got the shit end of the stick.
It's all right. Apparently you and I we can just bond over being like the ugly people in our family. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. They can't drink like us, so it's
no, yeah. We've got more personality. I guess just to sort of wind up the episode with one final topic. JoUX9, friend of the show, Joseph Ugate, posted a video this weekend about the 5 most annoying Pokemon in VGC. And it sounded very much like an Alistair Sandover bit, to be honest. It was like this a very similar wavelength. But he had some honorable mentions, but he said his 5, starting from 5th worst, was Tinglu, Dondozo, Screamtail, Weezing, and number 1 worst Pokemon and most annoying in VGC was Smeargle.
Yeah.
Do you 3 have thoughts on I agree. Like, I fucking hate playing against Tinglu, especially. Dondozo, I don't mind a Tatsugiri Dondozo team. I don't like the solo Dozo with Yawn and
Fisher.
That's right. That I would put that in my top 10 maybe. But what do you guys think about these? And do you have any suggestions for what you would put in your top 5?
No, I think I just agree wholeheartedly.
Agree wholeheartedly, Mark?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any Pokemon I personally consider to be more annoying.
We can give you some time.
Genuinely, when it's legal, I despise Calyrex Ice Rider. I think it's not too bad until we get terrestrialization, and then it's just fucked. Like, you can barely one-hit knock out that thing with a super effective move. Like, you'd have powerful Pokemon swinging super effective moves into it, and it wouldn't pick up the knockout. When it can terrestrialize out of that, and just swinging into it for days, and it's like, cool, I've already set up Trick Room, and now I'm swinging big-ass Glacial Lances. Cali Ice is probably up there for me.
I think if I had to say a couple of mine real quick, I think, first of all, Urshifu for a number of reasons. I know it's not like a stally, bulky Pokemon like the ones on JoUX9's list, or like Smeargle where it can learn any move in the game and it's just cheese factor. But things like Urshifu, for one, it's so oppressive that sometimes I'm running a Weezing team and forget that I can't protect.
Yeah,
forget that I can protect. Like, I'm so scared of clicking protect in front of it that I don't do it even though I can. That's how fucking like fucked up Urshifu is in my brain. And I don't like how it's got guaranteed crits without any sort of setup. Like, okay, if it had like focus energy, scope lens, and it had like a cheese strat, great. That's funny. Please do so. However, when it's like, okay, I'm running Dondozo and you're going to do half my HP no matter what I fucking do because you've got Wicked Blow, or if I've Terrored and you've got Surging Strikes, like I think Urshifu's up there for me. I also think, and this was one of JoUX9's honorable mentions, he said Whimsicott. Specifically for me, Prankster Encore. I think Prankster Encore is quite toxic.
Get good.
Yeah. Any sort of trapping can be annoying, but I think if you got to be a good player to win with trapping, so it's not, you don't see it.
Mega Gengar's annoying. Like, if you want to go way back and Mega Kangaskhan in the day was annoying. Mega Gengar was annoying.
I think we're talking about modern VGC.
I would maybe drop, if I could make an adjustment to the list, drop Dozo and add regular Ursaluna, because that thing is so fucking annoying. I know, Alistair, we talked about it another episode. It barely needs any investment to set up, and then Facade starts one-hitting your entire team. And if you resist it, well, then boom, you've got a fucking headlong rush coming at you.
I think it's more annoying once it's got Terraflying Porygon 2 or a Cresselia next to it. Then it becomes more annoying. I think in isolation, it's fine.
Nah, fuck it.
All right, Masto, we've given you some time to think. You got any contributions / comments on 5 most annoying Pokemon in VGC?
It's interesting, right? Because I personally don't find Tinglu's it's bulky, so it's obviously going to be a pain to take out, but I've never personally found it too annoying to deal with. I fucking hate Grimmstar, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair, actually.
Just Screens T-Wave, when they click T-Wave and they get the T-Wave, you're basically fighting a 2v1 for the remainder of the game. And then if they get the other T-Wave, you're fighting a 0v2. And then they get screens up. And he's immune to the oppressive stuff, the Whimsicott Encore, the Prankster Taunt from Tornadus as well. Yeah, I hate Grimmstar.
No,
I also
fair.
hate Whimsicott as well. Prankster Encore is so oppressive. It's strong, and if you're using Whimsicott and not using Encore, why are you using Whimsicott?
Yeah,
that is the sole purpose to use it. It's because it makes it go from being it's just Tornadus but slightly different, to this thing's an issue, because you can't Rage Powder that away because it's Grass type, right?
Yeah,
it allows it to shut down Carmine Raging Bolt just for free most of the time.
Yep,
that's fair.
Yeah,
also in Trick Room.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, if you are fearing of a Raw, you can Trick Room before Raw, so you get the Trick Room before you're phased out. It's kind of neat. It's, yeah. Probably those. I enjoy using Smeagol, but I do know it is an absolute pain to deal with. I think Open Team Sheet makes it a little bit more manageable, but like you're still going to know what it's going to do, and it's still going to be a pain. Like
you're like the Moody speed boost is just like, oh well, I guess I lose. Everything goes to sleep now.
Yeah, it was
just double it.
It was super volatile. It was super volatile in Gen 6 and like 16.
But you kind of
just like fake out Geomancy, and then you get the speed boost, and it's like, well, what the fuck do I do?
And now Dark Void.
Yeah, like
I would like to suggest another.
I think if I had to, like, I was gonna say like I had an OM from like an older generation, which is just Thunderous because like.
Oh yeah, fair.
T-Wave Swagger was like, yeah, that's more of like an older generation thing. I think it's much more manageable now with all the changes that have happened to like prankster nerfs, like Thunderwave nerfs, which I think should be nerfed more. Don't get me started.
How would you nerf Thunderwave? Would you nerf Paralysis itself, or would you nerf the move specifically?
Paralysis itself.
Yeah.
Are you of the school of thought that we should just remove the potential to completely paralyze?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Only if they make it quarter speed like it used to be.
No, I reckon keep it at half speed, but give it chip damage like Burn.
But like thing is, then they just go Tailwind and they're back to normal speed again.
Yeah, but then
so you're just wasting time and paralyzing it.
Set your own Tailwind. Or just have a Pokemon that's faster than their base speed.
Not everyone runs Hyper Offense, Mark.
Well, they fucking should. Or they can figure out how to... Should. So, because like what you're saying is like at the moment, Paralysis is good because there's a 25% chance they're not going to move.
Exactly.
But it's not good. Like that's, it's not like, it's painful to play against, but it's also not really good. Like if I'm clicking Thunder Wave, it's not necessarily good for me because 75% of the time it's doing fuck all. I think it's a bad game mechanic in general. But I don't think it needs to quarter speed. I think quartering speed is oppressive for some Pokemon that just takes them out of the game.
I mean, what's the difference between clicking Thunder Wave to take something out of the game and you just clicking like Overheat and taking them out of the game?
First of all, I've lost half my special attack, and also I had to put points into offense, which means that Pokemon that's clicking it isn't very bulky, as opposed to the Grimmsnarl, which is like 252 HP and then like 188 bold.
Yeah, but the Pokemon that you're quartering the speed's not dead, so they can just attack that turn still. So you're potentially quartering something speed and then just dying because it gets to move and kill you. So you'd have to quarter its speed and double it to kill it, and then the other target's then left alone.
You're wrong.
I don't think I am, Mark.
I think you absolutely are. Let us know in the comments. Is Chris a fucking idiot? We haven't insulted his intelligence yet. We've called him an old, fat, and ugly, but we haven't called him stupid. So,
yeah, all right.
Finish that one off for us.
Am I also stupid as well as old, fat, and ugly? I guess one more thing I'd like to mention, two more. It's one, Porygon 2, just Recover. I think it's way too fucking bulky, that Pokemon. And so I hate playing any team with Porygon 2 in it. And also Rillaboom. Now, I know this is potentially controversial, and I've used it myself in plenty of teams, but I do not like playing against Rillaboom. I think it's quite, I think, good ground attackers is already limited coverage depending on the national decks or the regional decks that we're using. But like it halving earthquake damage, giving passive recovery to everything, priority Grassy Glide, coming from like 125 base attack and Rillaboom. It helps like calm, when there's leftovers Raging Bolts with Grassy Terrain. So you're getting like double recovery on the Pokemon next to it. I just think Rillaboom itself, and then it's pivoting in and out with Fake Out
and U-Turn,
and resetting the terrain and U-Turn. I just think in general at Rillaboom, it's fucking annoying to play against because it just fucks so many things over.
It does a lot.
And it lives everything.
Yeah. It hits hard. It has support. It is
priority,
bulky,
Fake Out, terrain support, healing. And Wood Hammer is just a nuke.
So we've got a broken fire starter, broken grass starter. Hopefully Gen 10 we get a broken water starter.
What do you think the current strongest water type starter is?
I hate to say it, but it's Primarina.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I think it's I was going to say Primarina as well. I think Primarina is out of everything that's been legal, it's either that or I really want to go with my heart and say like specifically Mega Swampert.
That's fair.
Greninja has its niche and like
yeah, but it's not anymore.
What's this? Quaquaval, isn't it? Which sucks.
Yeah.
And then before that we had Sobble.
If they ever,
yeah, it's probably Prim.
If they ever got the balls to tweak some stats, just distributions of older Pokemon, all right? So maybe, meant there's a few mixed attackers back in the day that need fixing. They move their stats around. But if they ever fixed Blastoise's stats, that would be almost broken Pokemon because it's got the Kanto learn set where random Gen 1 Pokemon just learn every fucking team in the game.
Yeah.
It gets Fake Out. It gets Shell Smash. It gets every
Water Spout. Yeah.
Water Spout. Every coverage move you could think of. Yawn. It has the tools. If they tweaked its stats and maybe gave it maybe 100 base special attack instead of 80 or whatever it is, 85, and then, change its stats around a bit or just gave it extra stats, I think that would be, and still give it an item. So you don't want it to be mega, you want it to be a hold item still. So you can have White Herb for Shell Smash, or it can have Life Orb, or it can have Focus Sash or whatever. I think Blastoise has the potential to be the most broken water starter, but they'd have to change its stats. And its ability, because Rain Dish as well. You have to get rid of Rain
What
Dish.
ability would you? I'd see Swift Swim. Set the rain, and then suddenly that thing will be fucked up.
Set the rain,
No.
just Specs Water Spout.
I think weak armor, give it so it doubles its speed when it gets hit by a physical attack.
Weak Armor Shell Smash is kind of wild.
So what are you going to say about Blastoise?
It did used to get Follow Me. It was an event move on Squirtle. So if it got that back, similar to how us and Magmar got their Follow Me's back, I think Fake Out Follow Me.
Yeah, Fake Out Follow Me.
On
That's
a
true.
relatively bulky mon is quite strong.
Yeah, they can give it
But
goggles
I don't think
or
that's
something.
ever been and it gets ice, it's got access Icy Wind as well.
I really like that
So
actually.
it's got a speed controlish. Yeah.
Because you can, have Follow Me, but it's also Follow Me and Fake Out, but they also can't really ignore it because you could also slap Water Spout on there, which is I get that it's got a pretty shit special attack stat, but it's 150 base power move. It's at full health. So if, you're going to try to ignore the Blastoise.
I think if they ever had a Trick Room setter that maybe could also set Rain or click priority drizzle or Rain Dance or something. So you could go Fake Out Follow Me to with the Blastoise to set up Trick Room turn 1, and then you've potentially got the threat of Water Spout under Trick Room with Blastoise turn 2. But I mean, as I said, that we haven't really quite got the tools. I mean, this is saying Glycopod, will we have some sort of Trick Room Rain mode for that? Actually, not Glycopod. The what's something that came out as a Mega in ZA that's good in water? Maybe it is Glycopod.
Yeah, I mean, Glycopod loses its water typing.
Bug Steel, and then you got the stupid Abominable.
How stupid! You take that back.
Okay, fine. He's okay.
Yeah,
Pretty
give
good.
it Drizzle. Give
Abomasnow?
No, Blastoise.
I think Blastoise getting Drizzle would probably save it. Yeah.
Nah, Sap Sipper.
Fuck yeah. Give it a combination of Sap Sipper and Lightning Rod.
Drizzle would be so nice for it because it gets access to Flip Turn. I'm pretty sure. So
It does.
a rain setter that can pivot with Fake Out, and that seems really strong.
Plus, it's a
That'd be
special
really
attacker
good
with
for
Flip
Blastoise.
Turn that can proc weakness policy on your side of the field.
God.
All right, I think that's probably a good time to call it. We've been
solved
going at
the
this for
game.
2 hours now. We have solved the game.
Yeah.
Game Freak, if you're listening, make it happen. You still got time to edit champions. Paul, if people are listening to this and they want to check out more Paul, where can they
Or
find
your
you?
hot brother.
You don't have to tell us details about where we
Well-
can find your brother.
I guess I'm pretty quiet on socials. I mean, if you want to follow my socials, I am on Twitter or X at Mastodon_Swalls. I do occasionally stream on Twitch. That should just be Mastodon 1993. And I upload Draft League content to my YouTube. I'm in 2 Draft Leagues at the moment. So that's just the _Mastodon on YouTube as well. That can be a tough find because there's a band called Mastodon and that floods the search feed. So that can get a bit tough.
I did see that when I was trying to Google
otherwise-
what a Mastodon was.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a band. But I feel like if you really are true fans of what we stand for here, you would go through and spend some hard-earned money monthly to the O2 Drop podcast.
Got him.
What a great
Fun
shout
little
out.
call to action.
Please, all the Mastonites out there.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to shout out before we wrap up? Or you can just give us, more advertising that works as well.
I guess I don't know how many people actually do this, but I mean, shout out the people that support and listen to the podcast, when they're released, because It can't like it's a lot. It's like a lot of work to run through like pretty consistently as well. And you guys like put out content like on very much on the regular, including some shorts that I've seen as well, which is pretty exciting. So
as much as I don't want to give him any credit, that's all thanks to Joel. He does all the editing and makes everything go up on time.
Yeah.
So shout out Joel. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. We've got a fair few. We've got our loyal listener base. They're the ones contributing the questions in the subscriber Discord. But we've got quite a few regular listeners now. How many are we looking at per week, roughly, at the moment?
I haven't seen the latest graph that Joel's posted.
No, it's been a while since he shared numbers, but we'll be looking at about upwards of 250 a week, I think.
Yeah.
Shout out to our UK listeners that joined the GC stream on Friday night.
Yeah, that was pretty sick because Westy peer pressured them in.
Westy, Liam Westland, dragged a few friends in to watch. And thank you guys for joining in. I don't remember all your names. Sam was one of them. I've stalked them. I've stalked them all on Twitter.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. That's a safe bet.
Yeah, there's a Sam. There's probably a Matt.
Yeah,
probably a Matt. It's always a fucking Matt.
Sam, John, Mark. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, all the lads.
But yeah, thanks everyone for supporting. I love it when people in other countries know who we are.
Feed Chris's ego.
It's pretty good. My favorite moment was still when someone recognized me because of my voice at a regionals.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Bro, fucking Slocum's out on Showdown with an alt with my last name in it. And people are like, oh, from the O2 drop. He's like, nah, I'm just a fan. I'm like, bro, stop.
I need to change my Showdown alt to something that more clearly distinguishes me because I don't really think I ever introduced myself by my like online name or gamer tag, which is Comrade Clown.
That's true, yeah.
So if you're on Showdown and you come against Comrade Clown, that's me. So please say, oh, the O2 drop so that it boosts my ego. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't know when I dropped it, but like I got recognized like neurodivergent and neurodivergent. So
neurodivergent is such a good
mine yoink.
See, my online tag is at the Mazda, and I'm the only person that doesn't have at the Mazda some sort of alt of the Mazda, like the Mazda smells.
I think you'll find it's Chris Mars smells.
Chris Mars smells. My armpits in there somewhere. Yeah. Like everyone's got alts of my name apart from me. I'm just Mars Bar on Showdown, and I don't have alts.
Mazda's feet. Yeah,
Mazda's feet was another one. But I will say, talking about being recognized by your voice, if you're listening to this, make sure you go and listen to Angela VGC's EUIC recap video, which is posting tonight, Monday time, Perth time. He's messaged me saying it's dropping in half an hour.
3-4 days ago.
3 or 4 days ago. Go back in time and watch Angela VGC's EUIC recap. You may recognize a voice.
Ooh.
Yeah. There is.
I think I will. Because I've watched Andy's content before, and
we've spoken.
He's been on the podcast, so regular listeners of the podcast will recognize the voice when they watch the
casting superstar Lee Provost has an unusual accent. That's all I'm going to say.
He followed us recently on Twitter.
Do we tell them that it's me, or do we like wait for them to watch the video?
Yeah, we'll wait to hear that.
Just have to watch and see.
Yep.
All right, cool beans.
Beauty. Dan, do you have any shout outs before we wrap up?
Chris's family, just for producing such an attractive bunch, and the ugly duckling. So
yeah, actually, can I add one more shout out?
Yes, go for it.
So I received a very lovely photo from Mr. Mark Murray during this recording session. Shout outs to the Mars family.
Yeah, honestly,
specifically Diana, my mother. Yep.
Oh, you didn't have to say that. We were already on a first name basis.
Chris, apart from shouting out Andy LaVGC, do you have anything final you want to add?
No, but I look forward to talking trash about Pokemon Presents next weekend. Good luck to everyone going to Seattle regionals. Any O2 Drop listeners there, all the best. Reach out to us. Let us know how you did. And if you do well enough, you might even get on the show. You might even join the prestigious list of guests like poor Amedee, aka Mastodon, has done tonight.
Become an official friend of the show.
We need badges.
Yeah, honestly.
I genuinely thought Chris was going to shout out my brother in exchange.
I mean, look, I will.
I see the hand wasn't extended.
I would prefer to give him my comments in person in a more intimate setting.
Over dinner,
maybe even just Netflix and chill.
All right. So after everyone's finished thirsting after each other's family. Sorry, what was that, Paul?
I said I'm going to leave the ball in his court for that one.
Chris is going to try to leave some balls in someone's court as well. So I don't really have anyone to shout out because usually I shout out the listeners, and Paul's already done that.
He stole your bit.
He stole my bit. So I'm going to have to quickly have a think about who I want to shout out. Shout out to my friends. Nah, fucker. Shout out to my friends Jared and Jordan. We were at Jordan's place Saturday night playing the GC. Just some cheese and some wine and some good times crashing out over some dumb jank. That was awesome. We've had both of them on the show before. If you haven't, go back and listen to the episodes they're in. There's nothing really special about either episode, but it gets us more listening numbers, so that's appreciated.
Number go up.
Yeah, number go up. And yeah, apart from that, thank you so much for listening. If you have enjoyed what you've heard and you think, I really wish I could listen to some more O2 Drop content, do consider subscribing. If you wish you could listen to more O2 Drop content and you're already subscribed, there'll be another episode next week. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time.
Bye-bye.